Center, downtown St. Louis. And it's been habit-forming lately. The Blues winning a lot at home. Tonight, the Blues take on the Phoenix Coyotes. And a fine crowd already on hand for this one. The Blues and Coyotes meeting for the second time this season. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kiel Center. Ken Wilson along with Joe Micheletti. Bruce Affleck is also with us tonight. We mentioned, Joe, that winning is becoming a bit of a habit here. The Blues definitely are beginning to get more consistent at home.
Yeah, Kenny, I think if you want to have a successful season, you've got to be dominant at home, or at least you have to play well at home. And the Blues did not do that early in the season. They're doing it now. They've won 4 straight here at the Kiel Center.
And overall, the Blues, one of the hottest teams in the league. They're now over 500, having won 5 out of 6. Their 5-game winning streak ended Tuesday in Pittsburgh, but they played well.
Yeah, they played very well. Look at the shots, 36-21, and without question, Ken Reggett was the difference in that game as the Blues lost at 4-2 on an empty net goal. And how about Jim Campbell? He has probably been the most consistent Blues player all season long. He chipped in a goal, his 10th of the year.
Pierre Turgeon will not play tonight. Knee contusions. Hit by Darius Kasparaitis Tuesday in Pittsburgh. Kasparaitis will not be suspended.
Yeah, 26 in the white is Kasparaitis. There's Turgeon. He looked back once, saw him coming, and then tried to brace himself. And look how hard he goes into the boards. Face first, but the knees hit at the bottom of the boards. That's where the injury is that you talked about, Kenny. And lucky for Pierre Turgeon that he was wearing the face shield, or he would have been hurt much seriously.
Blues GM and coach Mike Keenan extremely unhappy. He says that NHL Vice President Brian Burke says that was not a hit from behind, no suspension needed. Well, the Blues have one of the top defensemen in the NHL, especially among young defensemen, in Chris Pronger, and he's been playing some great hockey. Has the flu tonight, but is going to play, and boy, the other night against Anaheim, he was exceptionally strong.
That's as good a matchup as you'll see all season long. Pronger against Teemu Selanne. Selanne with terrific speed, and with Correa out of the lineup, he was the big threat for Anaheim. And look at Pronger. Look at this defensive play, getting the puck first, and then getting Selanne as he's going down. That was just one. They were matched up the entire evening. Every time Selanne was on the ice, Pronger was on the ice. Here's another one. Look at the effort he put in. The long reach, 6'6", long stick, and he made another great defensive play, and they just continued all evening long for Chris Pronger.
The Blues win over Phoenix came in Arizona in October. They won it there 2-1. This Phoenix team, boy, are they having a tough time. They're at the bottom of the Central Division. Only 6 wins, Joe, in their first 19 games.
Yeah, I think, Ken, going into the season, you would not have thought that Phoenix would be a team that could not score goals, yet that has been the case. They have scored the fewest goals in the National Hockey League, and they were shut out last night in Denver. That's the 3rd time in 19 games they've been shut out. So this is a team that had to travel last night and is really having a difficult time.
We mentioned that Bruce Affleck is with us again here tonight, and he's going to be watching Roenick, as is everyone else. This fella he's unbelievable.
Yeah, Jeremy Roenick started off slow, of course, because he missed most of training camp, but as of late, he is the most consistent Phoenix player. He has scored 3 goals in the last 3 games, and he's starting to play like the Jeremy Roenick of old.
Roenick's going to play on a line with Janney and Tkachuk. It should be quite a line to watch. Meanwhile, Bruce, the Blues at times have not had great starts to games, and that was true tonight in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's right, Ken. Really, you can look at that game and say Pittsburgh got the 2 early goals, and it may have cost the Blues the game. They certainly have to be prepared here tonight. You mentioned Colorado lost 6-0. Colorado beat Phoenix 6-0 last night. They came in here late last night on a charter, got in about 2:30 to the hotel. So the Blues have an advantage here, obviously, having the rest. They've got to jump on them in the first period and take advantage of that. The Blues, though, whether it's been their key in all this, they've had the success with defense. They've got to continue to play great defense.
All right, Bruce, the teams are on the ice. The Blues ready to go at it here tonight against the Phoenix Coyotes. It's NHL hockey coming up next. Sports Midwest presents Blues Hockey, brought to you by Smooth Busch Beer and easy drinking Busch Light. By Discover Card, proud sponsor of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. By Ameritech, your link to better communications. By your neighborhood Chrysler Plymouth dealers. By Casino Queen, we know what floats your boat. And by Southwest Airlines, with low fares on every seat, every flight, every day.
Humphrey with tonight's national anthem. The starting goaltenders for this game tonight. In goal for the Phoenix Coyotes will be Nikolai Khabibulin. Look at that goals against average, 2.6, and a very impressive save percentage of 91%. Khabibulin has played very well. There's Grant Fuhr. He'll be back in goal for the Blues again tonight. 10 wins on the season puts him number 3 in the league in wins by all goaltenders. The officials for tonight's game, our referee will be Rob Schick. The linesmen Gord Brossiker and Pierre Rasico.
Pull up a chair. Here we go. It'll be Zezel between Courtnall and Hall against the Janny Tkachuk Roenick line. On defense, Kravchuk and Pronger, Aikens, and Finley on defense for Phoenix. We get our first look at the Phoenix road uniforms, and the Blues work in right from the faceoff offside, and Peter Zezel getting an opportunity to fill in on the big line with Brett Hull, and of course Hull and Zezel had been together in the past.
Yeah, and I have a very good game because remember he had played very well before getting injured, and then he got hurt, and the Blues made some changes, made some trades. They brought in some younger players, and obviously it's been difficult for Peter Zezel to get back in the lineup.
Only played that one game in Toronto, and then hasn't played since. This is Roenick to Finley for Janny. We've got Janny and Aikens, two former Blues players on the ice now as Roenick shoots the puck in. Fuhr playing it up the boards. Hull ties up Aikens, and the puck goes down the ice, and Khabibulin will leave it for Jeff Finley. Playing it up the boards, knock loose, Courtnall in front, stopped by Khabibulin. And Roenick, a long pass for Tkachuk, broken up by Kravchuk, and the teams are changing. This is McKinnis back to get the puck. Up to Hull. Now to York. He'll fire it in. Mateau playing with York tonight. He stymies Khabibulin a bit. And the puck played up the far side. Here's Zabransky. Good to see him back on defense. The puck centered to York. Shoots. He scores! Hey, York! Zabransky and Mateau. Great work on the left wing side. And Mateau with a terrific effort out of the corner. And Harry York has scored again.
Well, Libor Zabransky makes the play by hustling up. There it is. Look how deep he is to keep the puck in. And then what a pass on the miscue there by Tverdovsky. Perfect pass to Harry York, who just wasted no time at all. There it is again. Now look how quickly York gets the shot off. Very quickly, Khabibulin tries to react, and by that time, the puck has passed him in the Blues with a good early start to this game.
That's 7 now for Harry York, and the Blues at center ice. Campbell trying to move in on Newman, then a pass broken up. Gardner can't go anywhere. York steals the puck, and then Mike Gardner ends up with it for Darren Shannon. Now in the middle, a little quick running. Another former Blues player. Running a shot. What a save by Fuhr. The rebound effort off a leg. Campbell with a puck, slides it ahead. York goes down, and there'll be a penalty. York and Tverdovsky getting tied up, and the young defenseman Tverdovsky will go off for hooking.
Yeah, Tverdovsky with a tough start. He's only 20 years of age. Terrific talent, but he's either played good games or bad games. He hasn't been in between. He misplayed the puck on the Blues' only goal, the first goal, just moments ago, and now it ends up going off after tripping Harry York in the center ice. And Fuhr, Cliff Ronning, looking for his first goal of the year. A little stutter step, and there you see Harry York on the Blues bench. Great start for the Blues in this game. Bruce Affleck mentioned an excellent point.
106, York's goal from Mateau and Zabransky. Now the penalty. Tverdovsky hooking at 1:41, and the Blues go to work on the power play. They are 9th in the league on the power play. Nice job keeping it in by Kravchuk to McKinnis. Far side for Hull. Zezel and Courtnall up. And the pass shot by Kravchuk goes wide. Hull knocks the puck down with a high stick. And as the puck is touched by Courtnall, that'll stop play. Hull is arguing with... No, that wasn't a high stick.
He's looking for the black mark on the stick. I thought it was a good play. Here it is. Look at this. No, that's a good call. That's a good call. You could see the stick was on an angle, angling up over his shoulders. It's the shoulders, and Hull knocked it down. He thought it was a good play. Rob Schick made a good the faceoff goes deep in the Blues' end.
We mentioned the Blues, 9th on the power play in the league, successful 18% of the time. Phoenix with pretty good penalty killing. They're 6th in the league. Penalties 87% of the time. Both of these teams, if you add up their penalty killing percentage and their power play percentage, it equals 100. And you'd like it to equal 100 or more if possible. Now the Blues trying to set it up. Here's Zezel to Courtnall. He's spun around and Tkachuk can't clear. Hits his own man, Roenick. Hull with it. Now McInnes, he keeps the puck in. What a job there. And Courtnall now ahead to Zezel. Zezel spinning away from Numminen. Blues trying to make it 2-0 to Courtnall. Here's the power play over for Kravchuk. Tipped away. He gets slashed on the back by McCrimmon. Zezel with a puck centers. Brad McCrimmon, the veteran defenseman, intercepts. Can't clear. McInnes keeping it in. By Courtnall. And Zezel runs down the Phoenix player McCrimmon. Oh, and then Tkachuk comes flying in out of nowhere. He then roughs up Courtnall. It'll be a penalty. Courtnall knocked down. McInnes' drive. Puck kept in. Oh, they call that offside. They out to center ice, brought in offside by Campbell. And what a charge by Tkachuk. When the going was tough there, Joe, behind the goal, Tkachuk came charging in.
Well, Rob Schick, if he wants to, can give him a double minor because they hit from behind and then the cross check. Now we'll see what Rob Schick calls, but the first one was certainly charging or roughing that, and then he went out in front and cross-checked Jeff Courtnall. There's the hit by Zezel. That's Roenick now. Here he comes right here. He came in late, actually hit his own guy. Now in front, as we play this, there's a couple of punches to Courtnall, and here's a cross-check. Right there from behind. And Rob Schick, yes, does call a double minor.
The Blues are really in business here. Remember, Tverdovsky in the penalty box with Tkachuk. And 40 seconds now until Tverdovsky is done. 3:01, the double minor for roughing. The Blues with a two-man advantage. They lead 1-0. Finley back to get the puck. York hits his net. Now taking the puck, it's Joe Murphy. Point McInnes. Kravchuk at the other point. York, Campbell, and Murphy up front. McInnes to Murphy. McInnes, and the shot deflects wide off Mike Stapleton. Blues up 1-0 early first period. Kravchuk to McInnes to Kravchuk. Heel goes off a skate. Shaking his leg there is the veteran Corkum, and Phoenix able to clear the puck down the ice. Tverdovsky now ready to come back on. Here's Campbell carrying it in. Tverdovsky returns to the ice. A one-man advantage now for well over 3. He's clear the puck the length of the ice. The Blues have an early goal. Scored, of course, by Harry York just 66 seconds into the game. Trying now to make it 2-0. McInnes, Conger, dumping it in. Murphy, Zezel, and Campbell. Numminen gets the puck, and York steals it, gives it to Zezel. Out to McInnes. On the power play to Zezel. He'll dump it behind the net. Murphy playing the puck in the corner to Campbell. Numminen is on Campbell. Now to Murphy. This is Zezel, the crowd getting impatient. To McInnes, over to Pronger. Now behind the net, Zezel. Centering, Murphy wheels, shoots, and somehow Khabibulin has the puck. And you can clearly see Nikolai Khabibulin thought, oh, it's 2-0.
Yeah, he was looking behind him on the play, but it was in the equipment. Good job by Zezel behind the net. Zezel makes a good play here to fight off the check, take control of it, and get it in front. And a quick shot by Murphy, and look at Khabibulin. He's looking behind him, looking for the puck. He couldn't feel it. Here it is again. What a pass. Murphy doing a good job firing it, and there's Khabibulin looking behind him, but it's between the left rib, or the ribs and the left elbow.
Tkachuk still in the penalty box, a double minor. They gave him 2 for roughing, 2 for cross-checking. So 2 minutes, 28 seconds to go in this power play. Zezel out there with Hull and Courtnall. McInnes at the right point. Kravchuk at the left point. The face-off between Zezel and Bob Corkum. And here's McCrimmon around for Roenick. Zezel steals to Kravchuk. The pass to Hall. Hall takes a stick in the face, and there'll be still another penalty against the Phoenix Coyotes, and they again will be 2 men short, this time for the full 2 minutes.
Now this time it's Brad McCrimmon. He was trying to slash the arms of Brett Hall and ended up getting the stick up high, slashing him in the face. There it is there. Watch his stick. He just catches him up in the face and then is able to clear it. What an opportunity for the Blues. Still 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Here it is again. There you see it. Brad McCrimmon slashing down Brett Hall. And so McCrimmon goes off for 2 minutes. Still 2:20 remaining. The double minor penalty to Keith Tkachuk. And so the Blues with a 5-on-3. The last time they had a 5-on-3, Brett Hall was not on the ice. You had 2 youngsters up front along with Joe Murphy. And they had an opportunity with control of the puck, but they didn't have anyone in the slot. They had all players along the straight line right across the top of the crease, no one in the slot. You can guarantee that Brett Hall will be there if he gets a chance.
They drop the puck. Khabibulin has it to McKinnis. A 2-man advantage for 2 minutes. Sticky. Tkachuk still with 2:10 to go in his 4-minute minor. This is McKinnis. Khabibulin on the points, over to Hall, back to McKinnis. Here's Hall again. Zezel, Courtnall up front. They don't get Hall open. Now to Zezel, back to Hall, back to McKinnis. He'll shoot, save, rebound, and Hall's shot was blocked. McKinnis. A minute 25 to the Blues lead 1-0. Hall's pass knocked away, and the puck cleared down the ice by Shannon.
And I think Khabibulin made a great second save on Brett Hall. He's very acrobatic, as you mentioned earlier.
Now the Blues are offside. Courtnall in over the blue line ahead of the puck. The first period is still only 5.5 minutes old. York has scored to give the Blues the lead. Now a minute 11 to go in the McCrimmon penalty. And that's the length of the Blues' 2-man advantage. 1:31 left in the penalties to Tkachuk.
See, here's what I disagree with on the 5-on-3. I see where Brett Hall is. He's way down low. And I think he should be out higher because McKinnis was trying to set him up for the shot. That's the last shot. Now here's the save by Khabibulin. But prior to that, we saw both players moving the puck back and forth. I think they need to bring Brett Hall all to the top of the circle so he can take the shot right from the top of the circle off the pass.
Here's Courtnall to York. Roenick on him. York goes down. Courtnall has the puck. This is McKinnis crisscrossing with Kravchuk, a new wrinkle. Over to Kravchuk, one-timer, the save! Courtnall stopped on the rebound. And Khabibulin getting tested often here early with all of these penalties to Phoenix.
See, Kenny, the reason I'm saying that is that you want 2 players to shoot the puck here, either McKinnis or Brett Hall. Kravchuk can shoot it, but he's certainly not the goal scorer that either Brett Hall or Al McKinnis are. So you want to try and set things up so that those 2 players get the shot. With Hall way down by the face-off dot or below the face-off dot, he's at a bad angle. That's why he doesn't want to take the shot. And you've got McKinnis back at the point, and generally you don't want your point man taking the shot from the blue line. You want them to take the shot if they're in at the top of the circle. So their 2 best shooters were really not getting the shot that they should be getting.
There it is, 42 seconds remaining in the 2-man advantage. First period, the crowd into it in a hurry. The Blues a strong start. McKinnis, Kravchuk to Hall to Kravchuk. The shot, and Khabibulin the save. You can see why you've got to move the puck quickly. Again, keep moving it quickly to get the shot away quickly. But again, Hall over on the left wing. Instead of getting the shot, Kravchuk has to take it. The Blues dump it in. Here's Tempo Newman back. 18 seconds until McCrimmon comes on. And the Coyotes able to clear the puck. Now Phoenix is changing. McKinnis to Pronger with Zezel, Courtnall, and Hall. Zezel gets the puck to Pronger. Back to Zezel in front. McKinnis! Oh, he shoots wide. And the rebound tipped away and cleared the length of the ice by Bob Corkum. Now McCrimmon back. A 1-man advantage for 15 seconds.
But that's where you want McKinnis taking the shot from. He was well in, just inside the top of the circle, and just missed on the short side.
Now the Blues down to 6 seconds to go in the power play. Murphy over skates. York beaten to the puck in the corner. McCrimmon clears it down the ice. Tkachuk is on. So the Blues with a 2-minute 2-man advantage, their second 2-man advantage of the period. Now you have to worry about a letdown. The Blues shoot the puck the length of the ice. and it's touched by Tverdovsky, and an icing against the Blues. 7:15 gone, first period. Harry York has scored, and the Blues have the lead.
Okay, the player you have circled here is Brett Hull. Now watch what happens as the Blues move it around. He'll go down. He'll end up making a good play here. Now that's Kravchuk, who's a left-handed shot. So he'll set up Hull, but Hull's not going to shoot from there. But a perfect pass for Kravchuk. But my point being, that's where you want Brett Hull shooting the puck from.
Here come the Blues. Campbell moves in front. The backhander block. King all over Campbell. And he gets the puck somehow to Mateau. To Pronger. Over to Campbell in front for York. Knocked away. And Mateau centering again, and it's intercepted by King. Ahead to Cliff Ronning. Ronning playing tonight with Gartner and Shannon at the outset, and that shot goes wide. And Pronger gets the puck, wheels it around and out to center ice, and Brad McCrimmon with it. He is on defense with Darren Quint. Quint gets the puck to Chris King, and he'll backhand it in. And the teams are changing on the go. 8 minutes into the first period. This is Momesso looking ahead, and a pass too far for Craig Conroy. Ronning the other way shoots it in. Off of Kravchuk. He and Tkachuk into the corner. Tkachuk gets away from Kravchuk, and a shot slithers wide. Here's Ronning. Trying to get out in front. Roenick able to. Oh, what a save by Fuhr on Roenick. At center ice, the puck knocked away by Dallas Aikens. The team's changing again. Here's Pronger over to Zabransky. And at center ice to Momesso with a head of steam, dumping it in. Digging after the puck, Murphy. Danny gets in his way. Momesso run into by Roenick. And Momesso and Aikens bumping in front to Conroy. Oh, the setup by Murphy. Conroy really doesn't get a good shot away from point-blank range. And Roenick takes over for Phoenix. Ahead to Mike Eastwood.
And the Phoenix team has been pretty good defensively, but here in the first period, even strength, they've left Blues players wide open.
What a save by Fuhr on a delayed penalty call as Janney went down back up the ice, and Mike Eastwood cutting in. Fuhr, a couple of great saves in the last few minutes.
It's tough being a fan when your team isn't the home team, especially when I try to find coverage of my favorite team in the local paper. I'm lucky if I can find last week's score. But if you're like me, you'll be happy to know there's one publication that'll make you feel right at home. The Sporting News. You'll love the Sporting News, no matter what team you love, even if it is the home team.
Call this number now and get 4 issues of the Sporting News free. You'll get opinions and analysis, team-by-team reports, and coverage of all the college conferences, plus baseball, basketball, and hockey all year long. Call now and you'll get 4 free issues of the Sporting News. If you like them, you'll get 24 more issues at this great TV price. If not, just mark the bill, cancel, and owe nothing. The 4 issues are yours to keep.
So call now for the Sporting News, the publication that treats every team like the home team.
Call now and you'll get 4 great issues of the Sporting News free.
Call 1-800-253-8665 now.
That's Joe Murphy on the right behind the net. Watch him set up Craig Conroy. Perfect pass. Talked about this earlier. Look at that. No one around Craig Conroy, and he just wasn't able to put it in. And then there's Craig Janney going down. That's a delayed penalty. And then Roenick with the pass across, and Grant Fuhr with an excellent glove save.
Blues lead at 1-0. Craig Conroy has played well. He came from Montreal in the Turgeon deal. Momesso off here at 9:06, 2 minutes for tripping, and the faceoff will be near Grant Fuhr. So we look at Phoenix on the power play for the first time.
And they have been terrible all season. They're really having all kinds of problems. They haven't been competing on the power play like you should. You've got to outwork the opposition. They haven't been doing that. They haven't been shooting, and they've been standing around. That all leads to a bad power play.
Here's Tkachuk wheeling it back to the near point for Roman. Newman is at the other point. This is Gartner, a shot headed wide, caught and held by Fuhr, and Pronger and Tkachuk do a little fencing out in front. Janney, Gartner, and Tkachuk up front with Roenick and Newman in. on Don Hayes' power play.
It shouldn't be a bad power play by any means. Just listen to the names you mentioned. It should be a good power play. The other problem that they're having is that they've given up more shorthanded goals than any team in the league. They've given up 6. And of those 6, 5 of those have come in the last 6 games. So they have really been struggling with the man advantage.
Tkachuk wins the face-off from Zezel. Here's Teppo Numminen for Mike Gartner. Now for Tkachuk. Good Channy. He centers a shot. Oh, baby, what a save by Fuhr. He robs Mike Gartner. Wow, what a save. Here's Jeremy Roenick drilling the puck in. Fuhr's had 3 terrific saves here in recent minutes as we come up to the 10-minute mark. Channy with a puck, battling Pronger. Then Tkachuk there gets it. Back to Channy. A minute 15 to go in the Phoenix power play. Out to Numminen. Shot blocked by Hull. Hull looking to break loose. The puck shot in offside. And then the Blues clear it the length of the ice. Blues lead 1-0 on a Harry York goal. Here's Jeremy Roenick. Phoenix just changing their power play crew. Up to Cliff Ronnie. Now Darren Shannon trying to force his way in on McInnes. Taken out. And behind him, that Stapleton gets away from Zabransky. Out to the point to Numminen. Now to Roenick. Rink wide. Out of the reach of Stapleton. Stapleton and Ronnie. 2 pretty small players up front on the power play with Darren Shannon. Blues intercept. Campbell finds an opening. Half a minute remaining in the penalty to Sergio Momesso, and both teams are changing. The Blues killing the penalty with Zabransky and McInnes, Murphy and Courtnall. Phoenix to center ice. Numminen smashing the puck in. On the play, Murphy hooking a little bit on Stapleton. Stapleton maybe adding to the effect. Here's Darren Shannon. He can't send the puck to the point, and Murphy gets it from Zabransky. Now to Courtnall. 3 seconds to go in the power. Phoenix, good job by the Blues as the teams are changing. This is Kravchuk. Momesso back on. Pronger up to Hull. So Phoenix doesn't do anything on the power play. Then the pass intercepted, and King's shot turned away by Fuhr. Hull will get the puck back from. Just dump it out. Dallas Aikens plays it. This pass by Kilger. This is Corkum. Back now to Aikens. Aikens on defense with Tverdovsky, and the pass gets away, and the Blues at their own line. Igor Kravchuk with 8:20 remaining. Here in the first period, Blues up 1-0. Over to Hall. He'll backhand the puck in, and the Blues will change players. Long pass to Chris King at center ice. Lining up, long shot, and the save by Fuhr. Jim Campbell with a puck. Dumping it out. Finley plays it. He gets hit by Matteau. His pass for McInnes is out of his reach, but McInnes catches up, pokes the puck behind the net. Jeff Finley gets hit. And the puck played by Gartner, and it'll go down the ice, but not enough for icing. And we're down to 7:46 to go in the first period. Broken up, Hudson to Eastwood. That's Mike Hudson, the ex-Blues player. Now to Mike Gartner, spinning behind the net. McInnes after him. Centering! Oh, what a save by Fuhr on Mike Hudson. And Fuhr has had a dazzling first period. Out at the point, the drive, and that deflects wide. McCrimmon moves in. And the Blues player, Matteau, knocked down. And the Phoenix player, Hudson, goes down, and now there'll be a cross-checking penalty call. 7:18 left. First period, Blues up 1-0.
The Blues player is going to be Stefan Matteau that gets cross-checked. There he is here. Now watch him get hit from behind. He gets hit there and gets hurt. And then Jim Campbell comes in. That was Mike Hudson, 28, that hit him. And there's Campbell coming in with the cross-check, who gets called. So the Blues will be shorthanded. And Matteau had difficulty getting back to his skates. And when he got to the Blues bench, he went straight to the locker room.
Campbell cross-checking, 12:42. Phoenix over 1 on the power play. Roenick feeds in front. Tkachuk over to Channy, and the puck knocked away by Fuhr. The shots now are even 8-aside. The Blues had the big start, 66 seconds in, getting a goal from Harry York, then had a pair of 2-man advantages, one of them lasting a full 2 minutes. Now things have turned back the other way. Phoenix has come on. Fuhr's been great, and the Coyotes have their second power play. And as Joe mentioned, they're weak in this area. Zezel can't get the puck out, falls down, has it covered, and referee Rob Schick stops play, and 1:26 is remaining in this Phoenix man advantage.
Maybe what just kind of spells out the kind of power play that they've had this season. Right off the faceoff, they did a good job, and Craig Janney had it all alone and lost control of it. There, he wants to break his stick over his head. Look at this. Look at the chance. He just loses control of it and really doesn't get a shot off. You talk about players struggling. We know Craig Janney, what a terrific passer he is. He hasn't had an assist since October 22nd. That was when the Blues played in Phoenix. So that's almost a month without an assist for Craig Janney, who doesn't shoot the puck much and certainly is a great passer.
He's on the power play up front with Tkachuk and Gartner. The puck deflects over the glass and into the crowd. Numanen and Roenick are on defense. By the way, Momesso, who has had a bad back, has gone to the Blues dressing room. And he's coming back now, so that's good news.
That's Matteau coming back to the Blues locker room, coming back to the bench now. That is good news. He's had that bad back. How about players? Talk about struggling players. Keith Tkachuk, a 50-goal scorer last year, just 4 goals this year, and only 2 even strength.
From the face-off, battle along the boards. Phoenix has the man advantage. Gardner getting knocked down. The puck comes out to the point. Numanen feeds for Gardner. McInnes intercepting ahead to York. He gets the puck back. And finally, Roenick has to take it. To Janney. Now to Gardner. He can still fly. He makes a great move on York. Then gets wedged. And Janney ends up with a puck. Then plays it past everyone all the way back into his own end, and the Blues are changing their penalty killing crew.
Now the Blues had a shorthanded chance. That's the risk you run when you play a forward on defense. Phoenix is doing with Roenick.
Now Courtnall steals, pulling away from Numanen. He's in, he fakes, he shoots. Oh, the save by Khabibulin. The Blues come close there to a shorthanded goal.
And Roenick was tired. You could see him trying to get back. He's got great speed, but he's been out there the entire power play. He just couldn't catch Jeff Courtnall.
5:35 remaining in the period, 16 seconds to go. And Jim Campbell's penalty. Mike Stapleton shooting the puck in. Fuhr has it, plays it off the glass by Roenick, and by everyone down the ice. And the Blues send on fresh players, as do the Coyotes. And the penalty to Campbell now is over. Brad McCrimmon flipping the puck in. Nice job by Fuhr to settle it down for Trent Yawney. Playing it off the glass to center ice. Darren Quint gets it ahead, and it's shot in by Cliff Ronning. The crowd in the corner. This is Shannon getting bumped by Yawney out of the corner, and the pass knocked away by Hull. Finley is back. Hull trying to get in front, gets the puck in front, Zazzle! Trying to go high, hits the side of the net, centers, Momesso's shot blocked, and the Coyotes take over. Severdowski ahead for Shannon, and he'll shovel the puck into the Blues zone. The Blues lead 1-0. The two teams are changing. This has been an exciting first period. Momesso's pass knocked down by King. Kravchuk can't do anything, and Corcoran sends it back to his own line. Ahead it comes to the youngster, Chad Kilger, a 19-year-old, leaving it for Aikens. Now to Finley. And into the Blues zone, picking it up, a 2-on-1. Corcoran to Kilger, and he's shot wide. And Pearson clears the puck out with 4:10 to go. Kilger tries to work in, stopped, and the Coyotes play it at center ice. Finally, Jeff Finley flips the puck in. Fuhr way out of the crease. Oh, Conger gets hammered and wasn't even at the puck. Oh, and then Pearson takes Chris King and plummets him, and then Aikens wants to go with twist. King running, Conger in the corner, and now Pearson and King are up and separated. Aikens went right in after twist. They've been separated, and referee Rob Schick was going to call a penalty on Chris King for the hit in the corner, and they cool things down in a hurry. Now Conger wanting to go with McCrimmon, and oh, here we go now. Everybody that's still on the ice is in it. Conger really upset. Now Pearson, I believe, has fought his way out of the penalty box. I believe he was in the box. He's come out. Twist is not on the ice. He's in the penalty box. Aikens is out. Fuhr's coming in. Here comes Fuhr, baby. Oh, here comes Khabibulin. Well, maybe we'll see a rematch of the earlier incident years ago where the two goalies fought. We've got a wild free-for-all. Chad Kilger, the big kid, 6'4", 220. That Fuhr grabbed from behind, and it's Grant Fuhr Mike Keenan, close buddies over there on the bench, talking about it. And the linesmen have their hands full here, right along the boards inside the St. Louis blue line. Dallas Aikens, number 6 there, he was an eager combatant in the early going, and Pronger was slow and coming out of the corner. He'd been hit originally by Chris King, and when Pronger got to things, Joe, he was red hot.
Yeah, he was. It took him a while to get off the ice, and then when everything really got going again, it was a 4-on-3 disadvantage for the Blues. So when everybody paired up, there were 2 Phoenix players on 1 Blues player. That's why Pearson, who was over near the penalty box, came out to help out. 3:54 to go. The Blues lead it 1-0.
Hey, we want to remind you about the Coach's Corner Family Value Pack. Team up with the Blues, bring the family out. $88, folks. Family of 4 comes to the game, gets hot dogs, Pepsi, and popcorn. You can't beat it. A big savings. Saturday night, it'll be Florida here. The Family Value Pack is available for that game. Then on the 1st and the 5th, San Jose and Phoenix again. Call Dial-Tix 968-1800. Redeemable, all of this through the 6 area Blue Note Sports Shops and also at the Kiel Center box office. Come on out.
Now Chris Pronger took a tremendous hit by Chris King, who has played physical all season long, inconsistently. There's a hit from behind. Chris King is strong, and Pronger went in awkwardly. It didn't look like that hard of a hit because Chris King let up before he got there, knowing he was going to hit him from behind. And then it was Pearson and Twist. There's Dallas Aikens coming after Twist, and Twist, his ex-teammate, kind of lets him off the hook and doesn't want to get involved with Aikens. He's looking to get involved with Chris King. And then as things started breaking up and it looked like the officials had things under control, a couple of the Blues went to the penalty box. Tony Twist will go over there, and he'll be the first one to go in the penalty box. And then Pearson stays there. And that's when Grant Fuhr jumped in, because it was a 4-on-3 against the Blues. So Grant Fuhr jumped in to help out Igor Kravchuk. That's Kilgore, and they're having a discussion, Kilgore with Grant Fuhr. And then there you see Khabibulin with his mask off. He comes down the other end, jumps into the fray as well. While this was going on, Pearson had not taken a step into the penalty box. He was standing directly in front of the open door and then came out. There he is there. Now watch him there with the linesman. You see Twist go in. Pearson does not. And when he sees this get going again, he knows also that his team is shorthanded here. And you can see 2 players on Chris Pronger. Look at Pronger and the 2 Coyote players. Bob Corkum is one, and Brad McCrimmon is the other. And you see McTavish there helping out, and that's where Pearson, still being held off by the linesmen.
They never let him get back in it.
No, and they should have. And that's why Grant Fuhr jumped in to help out. Look at Pearson trying to get away from the linesman on the play, and he can't do it. That's Pierre Rossico that's holding on to Rob Pearson. And eventually, and now they have things under control, even though Rob Schick, with a pad of paper, trying to get this figured out. Kenny, I guess that's what happened when when you have 2 teams that are 2 of the least penalized teams in the league play, the Blues number 2 and Phoenix number 3. And here they are having quite the battle here in the first period.
Well, they're announcing the penalties, and there are many. It'll be interesting. The penalty box is jam-packed. And while we have the opportunity with this break in the action, let's remind you it's the time for all thirsty sports fans to reach for the one beer that goes down smooth as a mountain stream. Head for the mountains of Busch.
Now that's Rob Schick explaining things. Mike Keenan, who is listening tentatively, I should say. And now he looks away. And the way it looks, the Blues will end up on the short end of this for the time being. Meanwhile, the Blues had a chance shorthanded. We talked about Phoenix, and on the right side of your screen is Jeremy Roenick. And look at Courtnall steal the puck. Now, Roenick had been out there for a minute and a half. He's trying to get back to catch him. He can't. And what a save by Khabibulin. Look at the leg extension. If Courtnall would have held on for just a split second longer, he would have been able to slip it in the side. And then just after that, it was Brett Hull with an opportunity. Puts a pretty good play, but a good defensive play here by Jeff Finley holding off Brett Hull, who eventually gets the puck in front. And Peter Zezel, wide open net, but you could see the puck, it was rolling a little bit, and it was in close to his skates, into his body, and he wasn't able to control it, and he just shoots it wide.
The Blues don't seem to be too happy about the penalties. The initial penalty, a 5-minute major penalty to Chris King for checking from behind on Chris Pronger. You know, then you wonder, what was the check we saw the other night by Darius Kasparaitis? If that's a 2-minute penalty, well, how can this be 5? But obviously it's a little uneven, but that's how it starts, with the 5-minute major, and then we get a host of 2-minute minors. Both goaltenders get 2-minute minors for leaving the crease, and we can recap it for you. Pearson gets 2 for roughing, Twist gets 2 for roughing, along with the Fuhr 2-minute penalty. McTavish and Pronger each get 10-minute misconduct penalties. On the other side, King gets that 5-minute major. Dallas Aikens also gets a misconduct, I believe. And Bob Corkum of Phoenix gets a 10-minute misconduct also.
Now what this means is that Phoenix will have a 4-on-3 for the next 2 minutes. They'll have a 4-on-3, and then the Blues will end up with a 5-on-4 advantage for 1 minute. Now we mentioned, here's the face-off right here, Zezel. Now that's Court. Now watch him. He gets cross-checked from behind. That's Teppo Numminen. That does that. There's no call there. Now this is where Pronger gets hit, and it looked to me like King kind of let up a little bit. I mean, I didn't think that was a 5-minute major, to tell you the truth.
I did not either.
He let up and kind of pushed him. You could see him brace himself with his hands, and I think, if anything, that Pronger was a little off balance or just went into the boards funny. I'm not saying it wasn't a penalty, but I didn't think it was a 5-minute major.
Well, we're down to 3:54 to go in the first period. Remember, the Blues have the lead. Harry York scored his 7th of the season at 106 from Mateau and Zabransky. It is 4-on-3. And the Blues have Hull out with Kravchuk and McKinnon. And Kravchuk says, I got an opening here. Here I go.
Number 12, Rob Pearson.
Rob Pearson also gets a 10-minute misconduct. So they've had their hands full just figuring out the penalties. Now Janney in over the line, slides the puck behind the Blues net. Kravchuk can't clear it. Tverdovsky keeps it in. Roenick is at the near point. This is Tkachuk with a feed to Janney. Janney ends up behind the net. He loves it there. Out to Keith Tkachuk. He's sinking Roenick. Gives the puck to Tverdovsky. 4-on-3, the power play for Phoenix. They trail 1-0. Phoenix 0 for 2 on the power play. Roenick, a shot, and the save by Fuhr, and there's no rebound.
We were talking about the power play of Phoenix earlier. Now watch all these players. You'll see them here. Here they are on defense. Look at all these Phoenix players, and then you have in front of the net as well. Now watch look at how they're standing. No one's moving. That's Roenick with the puck. All 4 Phoenix players standing there. No one moving at all. That's why they're not having success in the power play. You've got to move to the open so that the player with the puck has a couple of different options. And that time Roenick had it. No one to pass to, and he took the shot. An easy save for Fuhr.
Roenick gets the feed from Tverdovsky. Back to Oleg Tverdovsky. Over to Craig Janney. Tkachuk's in front of the net. 4 Coyotes, 3 Blues. Roenick doesn't get all of that shot. McInnes leaves the puck, and Brett Hull has it. Under 3 minutes to go in the first period. Hull stripped to the puck. Roenick with the best check of the game against Janney. And Janney's a bit shaken up.
Should have got a penalty for charging.
Now Tkachuk leaves the puck for Tverdovsky. Ahead for Tkachuk. Now to Roenick. Wheeling around behind the net. Janney on the far side. For Tkachuk. Now to the point to Tverdovsky. 2:22 to go. First period. Power play Phoenix. Here's Roenick in front. Tkachuk shoots and scores. All sorts of time. Keith Tkachuk, a power play goal, and this contest is tied at 1.
Well, Craig Janney breaks his assist streak. Just good passing here. Watch Janney. Now he'll get tied up, but he's able to keep his balance here, and instead of going back to the point, that's where He goes over the other side to Roenick, and then just a good play in front by Tkachuk. Grant Fuhr thought he was going to shoot right away, so he went down and slid. Now watch the perfect pass, and watch Fuhr as he goes down, he slides, and Tkachuk just delays and comes back. That's a great goal by Phoenix. Here it is again. Perfect passing. Excellent passing, and then Keith Tkachuk, his 5th goal of the year, 3rd on the power play.
Ready for the face-off at center ice. The Blues get a player back. Both teams are shorthanded for the next 21 seconds. So it's 4-on-4. 1-1 is the score. The shots now favoring Phoenix 11-10. This is home. He fakes the shot on Newman in a drive, and the save by Khabibulin. Johnny with a puck. Kravchuk's at the other point. Into the corner to York. Hull is the other Blues forward. Remember, each team a man short. Now twist on. The Blues are at full strength. Phoenix shoots the puck down the ice. The Blues have a power play for the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds. But the period will end before that. Only 1:40 to go in the period. McCrimmon gets to the puck and sends it down the ice for Phoenix.
And remember, we also discussed Phoenix not shooting on the power play. They've had 11 shots in this game. 10 of those shots have come on their power play.
That goal, 17:45. Tkachuk's 5th from Roenick and Janney. The power play goal. Blues shoot the puck in. Finley throws his weight into Courtnall, who ends up watching the puck go behind the net to Hull. Out far side to McInnes. Kravchuk at the near point. Back to Hull behind the net. He has trouble with the puck. Courtnall comes in to get it. York is standing in front of the goal. The Blues have the man advantage. It's 1-1. Kravchuk to York. York to Courtnall. Hull is in the slot. Now to York to Hull, and he shoots wide. He can't get it away any more quickly than Brett did there. Now Eastwood intercepts and gets it ahead to Stapleton. And the teams are changing. Under a minute to go in the first period. Stapleton's pass knocked away. The Blues, remember, have the man advantage. 1-1 here with 40 seconds to go in the period. And the Blues Kravchuk up the ice to Zezel. They say he is short of the red line, but it makes no never mind. Khabibulin plays the puck. McInnes at the point. By Campbell. This is Newman. 23 seconds to go in the period. And the pressure relieved as Phoenix clears it again. Down to 17 seconds to go in the first period. York has scored for the Blues. Tkachuk late here in the period for the Coyotes. Campbell to Murphy. 8 seconds to Campbell. Away from Tverdovsky. And a pass back. But the Blues were changing, and that's going to do it. That'll be the end of the first period here at Kiel Center. Well, we had a big brawl. The shots end up even in the period, 11 aside, and the goals are even, 1 aside. Our Sitco What's on Tap tonight? In this intermission, Bruce Affleck chats with Igor Kravchuk. Keith Tkachuk joins him from Phoenix in the second intermission. Plenty of scores and highlights all evening long. What a start tonight at Kiel. Glad you're with us. Stay with us here on Fox Sports. The Blues on Fox Sports Midwest, brought to you by Hardee's. What will they think of next? By Boatman's Bank. Boatman's home equity credit lines are the smart way to get money. By the Discover Card, proud sponsor of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by Campbell's Chunky, soup that eats like a meal. Well, what a first period of brawl, a goal aside. Plenty of action here at Kiel. And a defenseman of the Blues who came to the team last season by the name of Igor Kravchuk was in the middle of things. 1-1 our score. Igor was out there when they had the fight. He's downstairs with Bruce Affleck.
Well, thank you, Kenny. Yes, Igor, I guess first of all, it's been about a year now that you've been here, the trade coming last January. You feel comfortable in the Blues uniform?
Oh, of course I do. It's a pleasure to play with these guys, and Blues has got a lot of memory here, and this is the 30th year, and we're looking for the good year, and looking for the Stanley Cup too.
Exciting period for the fans, a goal, a fight. I guess you're not used to the fights back in Russia, but was much said because of the fight?
Well, strictly prohibited in Russia to fight because a lot of it's a big fine for players and they couldn't afford it, so it's happened, but really, really seldom.
Have you been happy with your game so far this year?
Well, as long as I help in the team, I mean, so it's okay.
You've been getting points this year and involved a lot in the offense?
Well, I had another pleasant conversation with Mike, so, and I turn it up. I work hard, and I do my best.
When you say not a pleasant conversation, he said pick it up a little bit?
Yes, kind of.
Those weren't quite the words.
Yes.
How often are you in contact with maybe some of your former teammates from back home and around the league?
Well, basically, if I'm coming in town or they coming in town and they gotta staying over after the game, we talk or maybe go for dinner. But this is it. Most teams leaving right after the game, so just basically we can talk on the phone.
Yeah. Igor, thank you very much for continued success the rest of the season. That's Igor Kravchuk, Blues defenseman. Let's go back upstairs to Ken Wilson.
For being our guest tonight, Igor Kravchuk receives a gift certificate to Krieger's Pub and Grill. They're in Chesterfield, Maryland Heights, and at Big Bend in 141. Krieger's, where family and friends gather for good food and fun. Scores and highlights from Kiel Center are coming up next. After a period, it's the Phoenix Coyotes 1 and the St. Louis Blues 1. Well, the Blues are out in the community always, and they'll be visiting the Blue Note Sports Shops this coming Sunday. Peter Zezel from 2 until 3 in the afternoon at the Authentic Store downtown. Harry York out in Butler Hill, South County, 3 to 4. 4 to 5, Jim Campbell over in Illinois. 622 Blue. More information. The Blues this Sunday out and about, signing autographs and meeting you great Blues fans. We're ready for the face-off at center ice. Remember, the Coyotes are shorthanded for 65 seconds. And we're underway. The Blues looking to break a 1-1 tie. This is Kravchuk with the puck. Remember, we have a number of misconducts. Over to McInnes. He'll smash the puck in. McCrimmon back. He's bumped by Courtnall. Now Zezel after the puck, beaten to it by Numanen. Up the boards. McInnes intercepts. Power play Blues. Setting it up now to Kravchuk. Ahead for Hall, back to Kravchuk, over to McInnes. His shot blocked, and the puck cleared down the ice by Darren Shannon. Half a minute to go in this Blues man advantage. The Blues on the power play are 0 for 4. Remember, in the first period, they had a pair of two-man advantages, 1 for 2 minutes. Here's a Zezel pass broken up. Eastwood clears the puck out.
Kennedy in that first period, Brett Hall with just one shot. He should have more than that when they have 2 5-on-3 advantages.
This is Peter Zezel, knocked down by Numanen. Numanen trying to clear the puck, and the Blues unable to stop him from getting it up the boards. Eastwood with it then, trying to hold it against the boards. Now the penalty is over. Mike Hudson comes back on the ice. He takes the pass. Ahead to Eastwood, moving in on McInnes, and forced behind the net. Trying to feed in front, he does. Wheeling is Stapleton. And he fans Hudson now to Eastwood. York knocks the puck away. Eastwood stays with it. Ridden out by McInnes. York working over Mike Hudson. In front to Stapleton, and a shot wide. The teams are at full strength. And the puck knocked down the ice by Kravchuk. Both teams looking to change players. This is Jeff Finley for Phoenix. To his defense partner, Oleg Tverdovsky. Up the middle, hitting the skate of Bronick. Stapleton with a puck. Now to Craig Janney. Janney dances around to Bergevin, but Mateau covers up, giving the puck to Campbell. Playing it up the boards. Campbell takes a tough hit. He was really ridden hard to the boards by Bronick, who ends up with a puck, getting it in front. Campbell takes down the Phoenix player Tkachuk, and he'll also pick up a holding penalty, and the Blues here, with 2:10 gone in the second period, will be shorthanded.
Now Jimmy Campbell coming back to the net to help out. There he is there on Tkachuk, but look how strong Tkachuk is. Big, strong on his skates, one of the top power forwards in the game today, even though he's had trouble scoring in the early part of the season. Without question, he is a terrific power forward in the NHL. He just used his strength to get position on Jim Campbell, and then Campbell had to pull him down, and that puts Phoenix back on the power play.
Phoenix on the power play, 1 for 3. Remember, we talked in the first period how they have struggled this season. They're 23rd in the league with a man advantage.
And I was going to say, that looked like the Blues bench, but it wasn't. It was the penalty box.
Well, they've got a crowd over there. Campbell goes off. The holding penalty. This is Craig Janney.
Campbell, St. Louis, 2 minutes holding.
To Tkachuk. Now to Janney. In the slot, Gardner, and a shot blocked by Zezel. In front for Gardner. This time blocked by Kravchuk, who fires the puck the length of the ice. Zezel and Hall are replaced. On the penalty-killing crew, it's York and Murphy. This is Tverdovsky, the 20-year-old defenseman. Tkachuk gets the puck. Tkachuk's only 24. Knocked down. Pokes the puck in. Kravchuk back to get it. Knocked down by Tkachuk. Now to Roenick. Gardner's behind the net. Heads in front of the goal where Tkachuk tries to get a shot. Does, and Fuhr the save. Gardner stopped as Janney centers the puck, and it finally deflects over the glass and into the crowd. 1:10 left in this Phoenix man advantage.
Yeah, and the Phoenix power play has been pretty good in this game thus far. Their only goal is on the power play, and even that last time, they're making an effort to move the puck quicker in front of the net, where you've got Mike Gardner around the net and then Keith Tkachuk, who's always around the net because of his size and strength. And there's Don Hay, the Phoenix coach. It's been a tough rookie season, at least at the start, for Don Hay, a very defensive-minded coach. And what has happened with this team is they have concentrated on defense. Their offense has certainly lagged. And then when you end up losing players to injury, they've got 6 regulars that are out of the lineup. That hurts as well.
They get the puck in. Yanni drives it around the boards. Knocked down by Darren Shannon. With Ronning and Pilger on this line for Phoenix. Here's Cliff Ronning back to the point to Teppo Numminen. The drive, and that's stopped by Fuhr. Joe Murphy can't clear. Quint moving in from the defense. The puck knocked around near side. Hit there by Yanni on Shannon. And the Blues clear the puck out. And behind the play, down and injured is Cliff Ronning. That's why they stopped play. And then Ronning gets up and says, no, don't worry about me. I'm all right.
Cliff Ronning has played, this is just his 8th game of the season. Not very big, as we've talked about. And Ronning gets taken into the boards by Harry York. You can see that look like the ankles. You can see Harry York's right leg go into the ankles or the skates of Cliff Ronning, who went into the boards and stayed down for a while. Now he's grabbing look like his left hip or his lower back. He's having some problems, but Roning's still looking for his first goal of the year. He was signed as a free agent in the offseason. Spent some excellent seasons in Vancouver before becoming a free agent.
Early in the second period, the Blues are shorthanded. Numminen taken down by Conroy. Kravchuk shoots the puck in, and Jeremy Roenick back to get it. To Numminen. Numminen and Quinn are on the points. Tkachuk back to Numminen. He'll drive the puck in. Roenick after it, knocks it down. McInnes gets the puck and clears it away. Campbell ready to come back on, but still a dozen seconds to go in his penalty. 4 minutes gone, second period. 1-1 here at Kiel Center. Second meeting of the season between the Blues and the Coyotes. Janney over the line to Roenick. Back to Janney. In front, they score. Quint moves in. No doubt about it. Slams it home. Darren Quint. And it is 2-1 Phoenix.
And it will not count as a power play goal because just Jim Campbell had just come out of the box. Now look at this passing. And you're going to see a great pass here. One here. Now watch this. Janney over the other side to Quint, and he's got the short side and beats Grant Fuhr. Excellent passing by Phoenix. Started by Roenick, then to Janney, who again shows patience, and the perfect pass through the legs of Craig Conroy to Quint. And now Phoenix leads it 2-1. Here's the overhead. Look at the quick shot through the legs of Grant Fuhr. That makes it 2-1. Phoenix in the last 6 games has only scored a goal in the first period in one of those. That was against Detroit. And they scored one in the first and now have taken the lead here in the second.
And from the center ice face-off, Phoenix turns out to be offside at the blue line. Quint at 4:13 from Janney and Roenick.
Back in 1966, those guys played without masks, played without helmets, and without teeth. Celebrate 30 years of great St. Louis Blues hockey Saturday, November 23rd, when the Blues take on the Florida Panthers. Tickets are available at the Kiel Center box office or any ticket outlet. Put another memory on ice, Fun Ice, official beer sponsor of the coolest game on earth. It's 2-1. The Blues are trailing. They got off to such a fabulous start tonight and had those early power plays, but could not convert, and that's been a big story. It's given Phoenix life. Hall and Shannon battling on the boards. Bergevin there, and the puck springs loose. Picked up by Yanni behind his net. Stolen. Running centers. Up from the defense. Finley sliding the puck in front. Knocked away. Now the puck slammed off the glass by Hull, and it carries into the crowd, and we're just shy of the 5-minute mark in the second period. Well, Dillard's Nautica College Night's a big part of any Blues season. Another college night coming up on Saturday night. And again, 2 weeks from the night when Phoenix is here. Show a valid ID, receive a $5 discount at any Blues ticket location. Capital Tickets locations, Blue Note Sports Shops, or the Kiel box office. Dillard's Nautica College Nights, sponsored by 105.7 The Point. A lot of college students here tonight enjoying this one, and it has been quite a game here at Kiel. The Blues are trailing at 2-1. The face-off near Grant Fuhr. Zezel wins the draw, and then the puck stolen. Here's Eastwood. Tied up along the boards, leaves the puck, and it's sent behind the Blues net. Up the boards it comes to center ice to Zezel. And he pulls up over the blue line, gets the puck. He can't control. Here's Momesa. Coming in front, he shot! The puck goes by the net. And the Coyotes come to center ice. This is Eastwood. Heading to the net, Stapleton, and the bad shot knocked away by Fuhr. Then Mike Hudson plays the puck up the board. Stapleton there. This is Stapleton, Hudson, and Eastwood. The puck controlled by Zezel and dumped out. Back to play it is Newman.
Again, we saw Eastwood take the weak shot where he's playing with a cast on his right hand and having a lot of difficulty shooting the puck.
The Blues are offside at the Phoenix line. Momesa had to lift his leg off the blue line to let the puck go by, and that created the offside. And we'll have a neutral faceoff as Don Hay sends out his big line of Janny, Tkachuk, and Roenick.
Well, they have two good scoring lines, and that's what the Blues were certainly aware of coming into this game, that, again, even though they've had trouble scoring goals this season, they've got two lines that can score goals, and eventually they will.
The Blues counter with Mateau, York, and Campbell. Nice poke check by Bergevin, who's on defense with Kravchuk. Remember, Pronger serving a misconduct. Roenick at center ice, slowed up. York ends up with a puck. York has the Blues' only goal. Sends the puck in. Quint back, hands it to Campbell in the corner. Now to Mateau. Taken out by Quint. McCrimmon, the veteran, playing with the youngster Quint. Up the boards. Roenick taken down by Kravchuk, and bringing it out is Quint. Nice feed to Janny. Janny to Tkachuk. A shot, and a blocker saved by Fuhr. Janny gets the puck again after York and Kravchuk collide, and York in the corner. Gets it ahead to Mateau. Over to Bergevin. Bergevin working to the red line. Risks the puck in, and Khabibulin knocks it down behind the net. The teams are changing. Up the boards, Murphy gets the puck, then gets bumped, and Ronning clears it out. And McInnes back. Coming up to the 7-minute mark here in the second period. Quint has scored to give Phoenix the lead. Ooh, a quick little snapshot wide by Conroy. Then he intercepts a Phoenix pass to Twist, and the puck knocked away by Finley, cleared out, and down the ice by Gartner. And McInnes pass to Zabransky, back after an injury. Then the twist to Conroy, right wing to McInnes. Murphy goes after the pass, the puck gets by him, right to Khabibulin, who smothers the puck to stop play. 7:14 gone, second period, 2-1 Phoenix. Discover Card, on behalf of the St. Louis Blues, is happy this season to make a donation of $500 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for every hat trick scored by the Blues. Ken Wilson, Joe Micheletti, Bruce Affleck at Kiel. Blues trail at 2-1. We're in the second period. They win the draw. Twist to McInnes. The shot at the flex line. And the puck sent up the ice by Eastwood. Not out. Here's Bob Corkum. Now back to Finley. And up the far side. Shannon shovels it in. McInnes plays the puck. Dumps it out. Finley gloves it down. Has to wait for his mates to get onside. Backhands the puck in.
Here's McKinnis. Long pass to Campbell. On a line with Conroy and Twist. To Craig Conroy. And his pass. Campbell has a tough time getting it. Back to Conroy behind the net. Twist is in front. Yelling, give it to me, give it to me. Conroy on the near boards. Yeah, maybe he wasn't saying anything. To Kravchuk. Up to Twist. He runs into Corkum. Now to Campbell behind the net. Into the boards by Finley. Conroy takes a hit. And they lock the puck against the board with their skates, and that's a stoppage in play. The Blues' next game will be here Saturday night against Florida. No television. Then they'll be on the road Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, at the Pond in Anaheim, California. And we invite you to join us here on Fox Sports Midwest at 9:30. The Blues and the Mighty Ducks next Wednesday night.
Right off the face-off, Craig Conroy wins the face-off, and then he'll go to the front of the net. McKinnis will take the shot. It looked like Conroy was able to deflect it. Oh, he did, and just missed the far side. You could see Khabibulin reaching out his catching glove, and just at the last second, Conroy deflected it just wide of the far post.
8:04 gone. Phoenix has scored here in the second period to take the lead. York scored first for the Blues. Then Tkachuk scored for Phoenix. And they've gotten a goal from Quint here in the second period. Blues win the draw. Kravchuk and a stick save by Khabibulin. Roenick ahead for Janney. Nice pass. Tkachuk 2-on-1 with Deberdowski. Look at the play by Pronger, and then Tkachuk shoots wide. All trying to clear the puck out, able to. Courtnall trying to get it. Oh, it slides away. Bad angle, he shoots. And that goes high, as Khabibulin might have gotten a piece of it. Blues try to keep the puck in and do. Now there'll be a penalty against the Blues. And Pronger touches the puck, and I believe it'll be Pronger who will be going off. Meanwhile, the Phoenix player gets a stick between the blade and his boot. And very, very slow in getting up is Numminen. Boy, that can rip an ankle or rip a knee in a big hurry.
Yeah, Numminen was trying to get up the ice. Pronger will get the penalty for high-sticking Keith Tkachuk just in front of the Blues bench. And then that was Numminen that was going up the ice, and that's all Phoenix needs is another injury, but it looks like Numminen is okay.
Moments ago, Phoenix had a 2-on-1.
Good play by Chris Pronger, just blocking the pass. You could just see Tkachuk was looking for a lane to get the puck through, and Pronger played it perfectly. Now here's the penalty. There's the initial hit, and then he tries to hook him up. Right there, stick comes up across the face of Tkachuk, and Pronger goes off. And Jeff Courtnall, just prior to all this, had a semi-breakaway, and the puck was rolling on him a little bit. Look at the puck rolling. It doesn't sit down, and that's why the shot ended up going high. He just fired it up high because the puck was rolling on its edge.
From the neutral faceoff, Roenick shoots the puck in. Power play for Phoenix. Deberdowski with the puck to Janney. McKinnis blocks the pass. Janney gets the puck again. Now to Tkachuk. 8:34 the time of the Pronger high sticking penalty. Roenick a shot. Blocked by Zabransky. A backhander, and what a save by Fuhr on Tkachuk. Zezel gets the puck and clears it down the ice. Phoenix on the power play tonight is 1 for 4. Here they come. Long pass up to Tkachuk over the line. Gartner goes to the slot. This is Janney. And his pass well past Roenick. Campbell works in. He's got York with him, but Phoenix intercepts quickly. Roenick gets the puck from Gartner. Works in over the line. Sends it behind the net out of Gartner's reach. Zabransky can't clear. Janney keeps it in. Dances around York. Gartner then ridden out in the corner, spun around, knocked down by Bergevin. Here's Tkachuk for Phoenix. Numminen over far side, and Roenick stopped by Fuhr. And Yanni with the puck. He'll clear it ahead, and it hits Campbell. Then York will backhand it in. 45 seconds to go in the Coyotes' power play. Coming up to the 10-minute mark in the second period, Phoenix already leads this contest 2-1. Phoenix with only one win in their last 7 games. Cannon works in, right wing to Ronnie. Stapleton to the slot. Numminen with a puck to Ronnie. Over on the far side is Quint. Ronnie back from Shannon. A shot blocked, and the puck to center ice.
And now Mike Keenan using Tony Twist on defense to kill this penalty. He's out there with McKinnis.
Up front, Courtnall and Murphy. 12 seconds to go in Pronger's penalty. Quint leaves the puck. Picked up by Darren Shannon. This pass to Quint. Darren Quint shoots the puck around behind the net. Pronger back on. Blues at full strength. McKinnis stripping the puck from Stapleton, driving it around and out to center ice to Courtnall. Now to Pronger, 3-on-2. Pronger shoots. Khabibulin a save. And a loose puck, and Phoenix has it. Here they come. Mike Stapleton gets to the red line, shoots the puck in. Fuhr deadens it, and Bergevin takes possession. The Coyotes are changing. Now to Twist. Twist, a long pass for Hull by him, the length of the ice. Hull and Aikens after the puck. And Aikens gets there first, and it'll be an icing call against the Blues. The Coyotes are on top with 8:52 remaining in the second period.
We have a...
Hey, be part of the coolest club around, the Junior Blue Note Club. It's coming soon for you Blues fans 16 and under. Get a ticket to a game, a newsletter, birthday surprise, cool Blues merchandise, tote bag, cap, lunch bag. It's all part of the Junior Blue Note Club. You can sign up at any Blue Note sports shop, all Warenberg theaters, Taco Bell locations. Be part of it, the new Junior Blue Note Club. Puck in the Blues zone. Both teams at full strength. Blues trail 2-1. At center ice, Twist gets the puck and shoots it in. Bergevin running on defense. Twist up front with McTavish and Pearson. Bergevin gets the puck. Twist banging around just moments ago, running into Hudson. This is Newman for Phoenix. His pass up the middle. Bergevin slows up Eastwood. Bit of a crowd. Finally, Tverdovsky with a puck. The pace slowing in the second period from the first. Well, we had action galore in that first period. Now Twist with a puck. He gets bumped by Hudson, and now a crowd right in front of the benches. Bergevin slows up Corkum. Twist misses that check from Mike Hudson. And a loose puck. I don't think anybody wants it. Put a handle on it. Now Tverdovsky playing it over to his defense partner Newman, and up to Corkum, who fires it in. Fuhr the save.
Kenny, we saw more power plays in the first period, which led to more scoring chances and some outstanding goaltending by both Fuhr and Khabibulin. But here in the second period, we've mentioned Phoenix has been very good defensively this year, and they haven't given the Blues much of anything in the second period. The Blues, with 7:46 to go, have just 3 shots in this second period. And Khabibulin, that guy, pardon me, Kenny, that guy has been very, very good.
Nikolai Khabibulin, the backup is Darcy Wakaluk. Of course, John Casey, the Blues backup. I don't know that. You think Khabibulin's not quite 6'11", is he?
Well, they told me he could dunk a basketball, but no, I don't think he's 6'11".
6'11". He's a little shorter than that. Good-looking young goalie.
Yes, he is. His reflexes are just wonderful. We saw his numbers at the start of the game at 2.6 goals against average. And again, even though Phoenix hasn't won much this year, their goaltending has been one area that's been very strong.
Now they puck at center ice. Tkachuk backhands it in. Pronger will go back for it. 7.5 minutes remaining in the second period. And the Blues are down 2-1 after a quick start tonight. And a pass broken up by Tkachuk. He goes down. Oh, there's going to be a penalty here to Campbell. Campbell will get a cross-checking penalty. Tkachuk gets up. He is acting as though he's hurt.
He might have gotten speared.
Yeah, might have.
I think he did.
He seems to be grabbing, and a grab there usually means you got speared.
Now, Tkachuk is not the type of player to take a dive. Here it is right here. There's Campbell. Oh, yeah, he just a little spear on the inside of the right thigh. So Campbell ends up with the penalty, and the Blues will be shorthanded again. Boy, we've seen a lot of penalties in this game by referee Rob Schick. And again, to repeat myself, 2 teams that have not been penalized much this year. The Blues, the second least penalized team in the league, and Phoenix, the third least. And yet, thus far, the difference in this game has been the special teams. The Blues with 2 5-on-3s in the first period that did not score. That's when it was 1-0, and really I thought they had a chance to put this game away. If they would have scored a goal or 2 on those 5-on-3s and taken a 3-0 lead, this game might have been over. But Phoenix, their penalty killing has been good all season, and they did a good job, and now they've come back to take the lead.
Slashing, Campbell, 12:35. Phoenix on the power play tonight.
1 for 5. They got that Tkachuk goal with 2:15 to go in the first period that tied it at 1. And here in the second period, the goal at 4:13 scored by Quint from Janney and Roenick, and that is the difference in this contest. Phoenix with a puck. This is Jeremy Roenick. Janney, he'll flip it high, drop it into the corner. Tkachuk there with Kravchuk. Back to the point, it gets by Tverdovsky. Janney with a puck, gives it to Pronger, ahead to Hall. Hall shot, and it goes high. That was deflected. Good work by Tverdovsky to come back. And Tverdovsky carries the puck in, flips it to the corner. Pronger grabbed, held by Roenick, and the puck comes to Gartner. Stolen. Kravchuk to Hall, coming back, Tverdovsky. Hall moving in, backhanded, and it trickles wide. Tverdovsky again coming back to bother Hall. Here's Hall in front from York. Can't get a shot. Hall's stick is held. And we've got a 4-on-2 for Phoenix. They have the power play. Tkachuk to Roenick, to Gartner, to Tkachuk. And a shot blocked, and Fuhr ends up with a puck. Oh, baby, do you believe that? And Tkachuk is furious. Phoenix with 2, 3, I don't know how many chances there to score.
Now the Blues, a couple of short-handed chances, and then Zabransky will end up blocking this. Tkachuk has trouble handling it, misses once, and then by the time he gets it in front, there's Libor Zabransky who blocks it with his skate, and then Fuhr is able to cover up on the play. And that's what led to Tkachuk's getting so upset. Here was Hall. Now Tverdovsky has great speed. This is the second time Brett Hall had a chance. And the shot, you could see the Khabibulin, the goaltender, got a piece of it and just trickled wide. Now here's the other one. This will be on a pass from Chris Pronger. Good job by Hall here. Chris Pronger will end up with it and feeds a perfect pass. Now look at the speed. That's Tverdovsky, the defenseman again, and forces Hall to shoot wide. Actually deflected the puck.
Here's Newman at the point. Power play Phoenix. They lead 2-1. Number 77 is Cliff Ronning. This is Darren Shannon going to the net. He takes a punishment. That's the way it ought to be. Bergevin knocking him down. Murphy trying to control. Doing a good job along the boards. Then Bergevin cross-checks Ronning from behind. There'll be a penalty. Delayed call. Ronning working with a puck. Khabibulin goes to the bench. Phoenix ought to let the Blues touch the puck. Now they do, and it'll be a 2-man advantage for the Coyotes for 31 seconds.
And Newman made the smart play. As soon as you mentioned that, Kenny, Newman, the veteran, made the smart play. He just threw it right in front so the Blues could touch the puck and get the whistle. Now they'll have a 5-on-3 for 31 seconds. Bergevin will go off for cross-checking. Here it is right there.
Yeah, you want to give the puck up if you don't realize what we're talking about. Give the puck up so you can get a longer 2-man advantage.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Now Bergevin goes off. You know, Rob Schick was telling me before the game, I was talking to him about officiating this year, and he said, well, there's less scoring and less power play chances this year because they were given not an ultimatum, but they were directed by the league not to call anything that was marginal. So that's why we've seen less of the less penalties, and in particular, we've seen players like Brett Hall and Mario Lemieux get taken down more.
Here is Roenick getting the side of the net on the centering effort, which is cleared by Kravchuk. So Bergevin goes off, Campbell off for another 15 seconds, and the Blues 2 men short, able to clear the puck. Here comes Phoenix. This is Tverdovsky. He'll get it up ice in a hurry. Kravchuk, Pronger, and Campbell killing it. Janney for Tkachuk, back to Janney. Hull can't steal it. Blues can't clear. Tverdovsky is shot, and it goes wide. Campbell back on. Blues 1 man short. Roenick stands. Still has the puck. Campbell steals it. A 2-on-1 with Hall. 1 man back. Yep, it's Tverdovsky. Campbell to Hall. Campbell probably should have shot.
He had a breakaway.
He could have gone in alone. This is Janney back the other way.
Played the pass.
Now Tkachuk, Gartner's in front, and the pass is behind him. Campbell gets the puck. Here we go again. Now the Blues with a 1 man back, only 1 man short. Campbell trying to work in, take him down. He drags Newman down with him. Blues shorthanded for another 50 seconds. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Blues trail at 2-1. This is Quint firing around the boards. Near side Shannon with Ronning. Good work by Zabransky and York. Out to the point to Numanen, over to Quint. The shot kicked away by the right foot of Al McInnes, and the puck cleared down the ice. And the Blues changing their penalty killing unit. They have Kravchuk and Pronger, Courtnall and York out there. Bergevin returns to the ice in 20 seconds. This is Darren Shannon wristing the puck in. Funny hop out of the corner, and that's a break for the Blues. Especially with Fuhr keeping an eye on it, able to scoop it up with 14 seconds to go in the Phoenix power play.
Now the Blues have had their best power play opportunities when they've been, or their best chances in this period when they've been shorthanded. Now watch what happens here. We're going to stop this right here, and we'll see this lane here. Look at this lane right to the net. That's what he's got. And instead he's looking past all the way. Look, he's got a breakaway. There's a defenseman over there, and that's just a rookie mistake. He wanted to set up Brett for the shot, but in that situation, if that defenseman is playing the shot or playing the pass, you've got to just go right to the net, and especially the way Campbell shoots.
It's hard for Jim Campbell, a rookie, to remember that he has scored more goals than Brett Hull this season. Hey, you're the big goal scorer. You've got 10. Brett only has 9. Let her rip.
You've got to at least make sure that you have the option of shooting. And he was looking at Brett from outside the blue line all the way to the time he passed.
Now Bergevin ready to come back on. The Coyotes lose the puck. McInnes drives it ahead. Bergevin back on the ice. Here's Jeff Finley for Phoenix. To Bob Corkum. He'll dump it in the corner. Courtnall after it. Gets dumped by Aikens. Leaves the puck. Zezel lets it go to Rob Pearson with Courtnall and Zezel. Now behind the net. Courtnall bump. Carries on after getting hit by Finley. Now to Zezel. Blues with some pressure here to the point. McInnes. One times it high. Pearson jumps on the puck. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. To Zezel behind the net. Wraparound. Khabibulin knocks the puck away, and there'll be a penalty. Boy, hard work there by that Blues line, and Phoenix will be penalized. The Blues will go on the power play, looking to tie the score.
Nice work in deep by the Blues on that last shift. This is Rob Pearson just getting it in deep. You'll see Courtnall, and now Peter Zezel quickly around the net, tries to stuff it. Good save by Khabibulin. Zezel stays with it, though, and there's the cross-check from behind by Mike Hudson.
He goes off here at 16:39 for cross-checking. The Blues power play 0 for 5. Looking to tie it. Courtnall having trouble. The puck comes to center ice. McInnes gets tripped, actually tripped over the legs of Numanen, and Phoenix able to shoot the puck in. Hull takes a position on the far boards right in front of his bench. Up the ice waiting as Zezel carries through center ice with Courtnall and Hull. Courtnall back to Zezel. Now to Courtnall. At the point, Kravchuk and McInnes. This is Courtnall. Hull double teamed in front. And the shot deflects off McCrimmon over the net. Numanen clears the puck down the ice. 2:42 to go in the second period. 1:21 to go in this Blues power play. Boy, they could really use a goal here to give them a lift. Get this crowd back in it. Aikens can't clear. York knocks the puck down to Hull. Now back to York. Mateau is in front. Here's Brett Hull with a puck. McInnes at the far point. Kravchuk at the near point. The pass to Kravchuk. A shot. Khabibulin a save. Can't control the rebound. Blues get the puck. Hull back to Kravchuk, and it hops over his stick. So the Blues will have to retreat. Gardner hounding Kravchuk. And Eastwood steals the puck. Gets hooked down, but Gardner had been hooking Kravchuk so much it'd be pretty tough to call that. And the Blues with 33 seconds to go in the power play. Here's the pass to Campbell, and the feed behind York, who gets the puck. Harry York with it. Now to Campbell. Pronger at the near point wants it. Gets it. Back to Campbell. McInnes still at the far right point. Mateau in the slot. York side of the net. To McInnes, a shot. And that stopped. Big crowd in the crease. York back to Pronger. Over to McInnes. 7 seconds to go in the power play. Pronger to Campbell. And a pad save by Khabibulin. Phoenix can't clear. Nice play, McInnes to Pronger. The penalty over. Hudson back on. Campbell behind the net with a bouncing puck in front of Mateau. He shoots, and that one fails to beat Khabibulin. Now loose puck. Blues continue with the pressure even though the power play's over. Mateau to Campbell. To Mateau.
Stepan Matteau banged around in the corner. Under a minute to go in the period. Campbell's shot, and that deflects wide. Well, the Blues have played really well the last 5 minutes here. Good pressure. Campbell to Matteau. Somebody's going to get tired here. Matteau dumped by Hudson. Here's Harry York. Rink wide. Campbell, a one-timer and a pad slave by Nikolai Khabibulin. Phoenix can't clear. McInnes keeps it in. Here's Matteau, checked by Finley. It's York again. They've been out there forever. To Matteau to York. Oh, does the crowd love it. 27 seconds to go in the period. Now Campbell tied up by Aikens. The Blues won't quit. Here's Matteau, hounded by Finley. Still working. Oh, what a job this line of Matteau, York, and Campbell's doing. York to Campbell. They deserve a goal. 8 seconds to go in the period. They score! Chris Pronger on a deflection. I don't believe it. Oh, baby, if a group ever deserved a goal, it's that group of Blues. They tie it at 2 with 7 seconds remaining in the second period.
They had the pressure on for a minute and a half in the Phoenix zone. What a job. This is the end of it. You can see Pronger on the left side of your screen move in, and he'll just deflect the puck. Mike Gartner was there. Pronger had his stick free, and he just deflects it underneath Khabibulin. And that goal by Chris Pronger ties the game. What an effort by this line, and it paid off.
That's a third of the year for Pronger. Blues dump the puck in, and that'll do it. That is the end of the second period. Oh, that could be a huge goal there for 22-year-old Chris Pronger. Pronger gets the goal at 19:53 from Matteau and Campbell. Hey, Blues fans, while you can't bring the home rink with you, you can bring the ice. Bud Ice. Ice brewed for the smooth taste that goes down easily. Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. How about that finish to that period? Coming up in the intermission, Bruce will visit with Keith Tkachuk of the Coyotes. After 2 at Kiel, the Blues 2 and the Coyotes 2. Keith Tkachuk and Darren Quint have scored for the Coyotes. Harry York and Chris Pronger for the Blues. 2-2 after 40 minutes. We mentioned Keith Tkachuk, 24-year-old, 5th season. Massachusetts native, 50-goal scorer last season, has his 5th tonight, and Keith is with Bruce.
Well, thank you, Kenny. Yes, indeed. And coming off of a 6-0 loss last night, the team is showing some emotion tonight.
Yeah, it is. You have to when you lose 6-0 and get embarrassed like that. And we're playing pretty well right now. But I mean, we're looking forward. We thought we should have put that game out of reach there with a couple chances we had.
Hey, you showed a little frustration out there. You got the power play goal earlier. Had a chance to get another one.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I had a great opportunity, and I should have bared down and made the play. But I was happy to get that first one away. I haven't scored in a while, so it's awfully nice to get that one out of the way.
Especially on the power play, the team has been struggling.
Yeah, we haven't had many, goal-scoring chances on the power play. We couldn't even get in the zone. But to get one early like that, it's big for us, and we just got to keep going now.
What did it mean to you to get the C back?
Everything. I mean, it was real important to me, especially when it gets taken away from you. But, it was a learning experience for me last year not having it, and hopefully for it, and can do a good job.
Talk about a learning experience. Talk about the World Cup.
Oh, that was the best experience I've ever had. I mean, especially when you carry the cup around the Molson Center in Montreal, beating the Canadian team, that's even more. But playing with some of the guys that were on that team, it was a great experience.
I've been told you're a golf fanatic. You're in the right spot.
Yeah, I mean, I had every opportunity to play golf on the off days, but I'm still a beginner at golf. I just love to play every day if I can.
How's hockey been accepted in Phoenix?
Oh, it's been great. We've been getting a great response there. People are supporting us all the way, great crowds, and it's just a matter of us putting a good product on the ice.
Keith, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kenny, back upstairs to you.
All right, thanks, Bruce, for being our guest tonight. Keith Tkachuk receives a gift certificate to Spiro's Family Restaurants. Hey, try one of the 4 convenient Spiro's locations. Natural Bridge at Hanley, Watson at Arsenal, Woods Mill at Olive, and the Tenderloin Room in the Park Plaza. We've got scores and highlights coming up. After 2 periods at Kiel, it's tied 2-2. Ken Wilson, Joe Micheletti, Bruce Affleck as the 3rd period gets underway, and the puck deep into the Blues' end. Both teams are at full strength. This is Kravchuk teamed with Pronger. Up front, Courtnall, Zezel, and Hall. The pass goes the length of the ice. There'll be no icing. Courtnall gets there first. He's hit hard by Roenick. And the Coyotes to center ice. Roenick backhands the puck in. Kravchuk turns to get there first in the corner. Has to move around, makes a nice play. His pass is to Pronger. Pilot just shoots the puck in, and it goes into the Coyotes players bench. We mentioned at the outset that Pierre Turgeon is not playing tonight, so if you've joined us late, he's out. Steve Leach also injured. The healthy scratches for the Blues: Krister Olsson, Scott Pellerin, and Ken Sutton. And there are 2, 4, 6 Coyotes out injured.
And there's Jeff Courtnall in the lineup. We saw that game the other night where he got hit in Pittsburgh and went down. It looked like he might have hurt his shoulder or his arm. And what actually happened was he got hit with his shoulder and the chin. And he gets taken into the boards heavily here by Roenick, but he got hit in the shoulder or with the shoulder, and he was actually unconscious for a while and had a difficult time, had a stinger down his neck, but he stayed in the game.
Here's a shot wide by Yanni from the point. Yanni and Bergevin with McQuist and Pearson. Coyotes get the puck out. Played by Yanni ahead. Quist ties up his man, Mike Gartner. Gartner is on now with Ronning and Shannon. Quint on defense with McCrimmon. Quint takes a hit from Quist. The crowd likes that. Ronning with a puck, thinking Gartner, and gives him the puck, and he shoots it wide. Then Pearson and Shannon go heavily into the net and knock it loose. That's why play is stopped. Those injured Phoenix players: Dave Manson, Shane Doan, Jim McKenzie, Jim Johnson, Dallas Drake, and Norm McIver. They've had a lot of injuries. 2-2 is the score here. After the game, stay tuned for Fox Sports News. They'll take you around the entire NHL and bring you all the day's sports. Fox Sports News right after this one here in St. Louis between the Coyotes and the Blues.
And as Bruce mentioned, the Rangers and Edmonton 1-1 in the second period. The first time that Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky returned to Edmonton as teammates.
From the face-off, York into the corner, up the boards. Kilger intercepts. Out to the far point to Finley. Mateau knocks the puck loose. Will race after it. And back to play it is Dallas Eakins. He gets hit by York. Puck to the point. Zabransky knocks it down, and it's cleared out. Here's Jim Campbell to McInnes. McInnes and Zabransky. York, Campbell, and Mateau. And the puck controlled by Phoenix. Long shot by Corcoran, stopped by Fuhr. Here's Zabransky. The Coyotes are changing. Zabransky had played 10 days or so. It's a great cross-ice pass. Campbell slowed up, battling along the boards for the puck. It comes loose. Kravchuk, quick shot, and it goes wide off Tverdovsky. Momesso into the corner to Campbell. Campbell bothered by Kilger, the 19-year-old. Then Momesso behind the net to York, trying to center, can't against Newman, who flips the puck up the boards. McInnes pinches in. Off the glass! It comes in front. Boy, Khabibulin had to be alert. Here's McInnes again, looking for someone to pass to. Shoots, hits Momesso, his teammate. Sergio Momesso, centering for York, tipped away by Newman. Then York and Newman collide. This is Momesso. They shot! Loose puck after Khabibulin save, and it's cleared away. Kravchuk now to Momesso. Behind the net to Campbell. The Blues working hard here early in the third period, tied at 2. A battle behind the net. The puck loose. Teppo Newman has it. Clears it ahead, not very far. Momesso dumps it behind the net to Campbell. Oh, the Blues are working. What a hit by York. Back to Pronger. He'll keep it in to York. Trying to center to Campbell. Knocked away. Campbell overskates the puck. And here's Janney for Phoenix. Backhanding the puck the length of the ice. Oh, what a job by York. Mateau, Campbell, and Momesso. Now we go back the other way. Kravchuk ahead to Mateau. Trying to move in. Spun down. The puck to the corner. It's Conroy to Murphy. Joe Murphy trying to feed the point. Roenick breaks that pass up. And the puck to center ice. Zabransky has it, shoots it in, and the play is offside, and we'll have a neutral faceoff. Still early in the third. Neither team has scored in this period, and it's 2-2.
Scooby-Doo.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the penguins.
Hey, Max, glad I caught you. You know what I just discovered at Pizza Hut? The perfect pizza. Not too thick, not too thin. Just like, pizzeria pizza. Freshly baked every day. And here's the kicker. A ring of cheese baked right into the crust. Imagine.
Why are you telling me? I'm a dog.
I'm telling everyone.
Discover Pizzeria's Stuffed Crust Pizza. Now we've got your pizza.
And the best part, Max, a large is only $8.99. Great, huh?
The Blues came close to taking the lead. The shot by Momesso. Now watch number 21 come into your picture. That's Bob Corkum, the forward. An excellent defensive play as both Momesso and Campbell were ready to pounce on the loose puck. Corkum, the forward, comes back to clear it out of the way.
Now the Blues shoot the puck in, and it's cleared out by Phoenix. McInnes drives it in again. Off the stick of Khabibulin in the corner. Murphy has trouble. Drags down Janney, who gets the puck to Tkachuk. There's a nice pass to McCrimmon, the second man, who flips it in. Tkachuk, Janney, and Roenick on the forward line for Don Hayes Coyotes. Janney intercepts, flips the puck in front, trying to hold on to it. Zabransky comes loose. Oh, Tkachuk robbed by Fuhr. Here's McInnes, spotted on the far side by Roenick and Janney. And finally, Roenick and McInnes go down. And the puck held long enough for a stoppage in play. Well, that puck was high in the air, fluttering around, and all of a sudden it was on Tkachuk's stick.
Yeah, great save by Fuhr. Now the puck was so high, Conroy tries to jump, but it goes over his head. Look at him, he's reaching for it. It goes over his head and right between the two of them. And then Tkachuk with all this time, well, he's got a great shot too, and Fuhr stones him. Like a Texas League single between the outfielders, and there was Tkachuk with the quick shot. Grant Fuhr with an excellent save.
I knew if I worked with you long enough, you'd get baseball into a hockey telecast sooner or later.
I want one of those baseball contracts like you get in the summer.
I'll recommend you now that I know you know the game.
Oh, yeah. No, just give me 35, 40 games.
Here come the Coyotes in front, and Shannon slowed up.
I'll take
Hall gives the puck up. Gardner has it stolen back by Brett, who clears it out. Here's Cliff running for Phoenix over the line to Gardner. His pass knocked away by Zezel, and here's Hull. He's got Courtnall with him, gives him the puck as they crisscross the Brett. Oh, he shoots wide, and no one saw the puck. We heard it hit the end boards. Now it's center ice Pronger for the Blues. Boy, will that get them buzzing. Now Courtnall to the red line, shoots the puck in wide of the net, and the Blues are changing.
What a great pass from Courtnall. Whoa, 2-on-2, and they turn it into just a wonderful scoring chance.
5:20 gone. Third period, neither team has scored. In this period, it's 2-2. Twister's out there with McTavish and Pearson. Newman and Bean forecheck. Now to Darren Shannon. To Cliff Ronnie. He'll slam the puck down the ice. Going back for it is Johnny. They wave off icing. Johnny plays the puck up the boards to Pearson, now to McTavish. The veteran into the offensive zone. Nice move around Hudson. Out behind the net for Twist. He and Akins come together. Then Finley up the boards. Zabransky can't keep the puck in. The rink-wide pass. Shot in by Hudson as he takes the feed from Stapleton, who ends up with a puck. Now Pearson takes Hudson down. Hudson takes Pearson down. The puck centered, and Bergevin there for the Blues. Trying to clear it, and he's able to by Akins. The puck will go the length of the ice. And an icing call against the Blues with 6:17 played here in a scoreless third period. The shots in this period are 2 aside.
Now the way Winnipeg, I did say it, yes I said it, the way Phoenix plays defense, it's very difficult to get odd man rushes against this team because they think defense first. This was a 2-on-2 that the Blues turned into a scoring chance. A 2-on-2, you try and focus on one defenseman and try and get that defenseman out of position. They did it with great passing and with Brett Hull slowing up. And that shot, what a terrific shot by Hull. And that didn't miss by much. Boy, it just an inch or so off that post.
I did say when it went by, he missed by an inch, didn't I?
Did you? I think you did.
I think I did too. I saw it so clearly.
What do you think of the Jelino Shields move?
Here's Campbell, and his drive goes wide. How about free agency in baseball? What about that new Schofield? Blues and the Coyotes tied at 2. York bumps into Janney, who can't clear it out. Zabransky keeps the puck in, and Craig Janney takes over to center ice. Janney in over the line, drops the puck. Roenick centers, and Mateau there to intercept for the Blues. Back the other way. Mateau crisscrossing or trying to, loses the puck. Roenick stripping him. Now Roenick will zigzag as the teams are changing. Jeremy Roenick has certainly not been a huge force in this game. To Tverdovsky, who shoots the puck ahead, and play is stopped. We may have too many men on the ice. 2-4. The Blues have too many men on the ice. They'll pick up a penalty. We're tied at 2.
Now the Blues will be shorthanded again. They get caught with too many men on the ice. There's 5. You'll see a couple of Blues players jump over the boards. There's 2 going off. There's 2 coming over the boards. I don't see it there, but I did see Murphy standing on the ice when the whistle was blown.
There's, if you go back a little there's 4, there's 5. When they stopped it, Murphy was on the ice looking bewildered with 5 other skaters. There were 6 there then.
The linesman was pointing at him, not looking bewildered.
7:06, too many men on the ice. Murphy serves at a 2-minute minor. Phoenix with a puck at center ice. They are 1 for 7 on the power play. Janney to Roenick. Whoa, and a pass shot wide. Tkachuk headed for the net. Janney off the board. And he can't make a play. Here's Hull trying to outrace Tverdovsky. Newmanen will take him. Zezel also up, and Hull's shot deflected wide. Phoenix turns it quickly the other way. Roenick flying up the right wing. Tkachuk to the net. Here's the pass, and it's tipped away by Chris Pronger. His pass ahead to Kravchuk, and he'll send the puck into the Phoenix end. We're coming up on the 8-minute mark in the third period. The Blues are shorthanded, and the game is tied at 2. Blues at one point led 1-0, then trailed 2-1. Tverdovsky stopped, and the puck cleared down the ice by Campbell, who's on with York, Zabransky, and McInnes. Back to play the puck is Cliff Ronnie. Phoenix completing a change to Darren Quintz with Darren Shannon. Now behind the net, Gartner to Shannon, shadowed by McInnes and hacked at. Now running to the blue line. Finley a shot, and he scores. Jeff Finley from straight away at the blue line, and Phoenix has their second power play goal. They take the lead 3-2.
And Grant Fuhr might have had some difficulty picking up the shot because Shannon was directly in front of him. You'll see Shannon make the play right there, and then he goes to the net. See Shannon going over to the net. Now he'll stand there. Yeah, Grant Fuhr didn't see it. I'm sure he had a difficult time picking up that shot. We'll get a good angle of it here. Look at Shannon in front. There's the shot. Right past a number of players and past Grant Fuhr. And Phoenix, a team that has struggled on the power play, has 2 in this game and now lead at 3-2.
From the face-off at center ice, Finley a pass for Eastwood by him. He'll puck the length of the ice mark. Bergevin back, touches it, and an icing call against the Coyotes. The power play goal here in the third period at 8:23. Gartner and Ronning assisting. Finley has his second goal of the season. So Tkachuk, Quint, and Finley have scored for Phoenix, York, and Pronger for the Blues.
Now that's a perfect example of what can happen when you get the puck on the net and you get people in front of a goaltender. And Grant Fuhr had 3 people that he had to try and look around and look through to try and pick up the puck. It wasn't a real hard shot, just a wrist shot on the power play, but it was enough to get through all those players and give Phoenix the lead.
Phoenix 2 for 8 on the power play. 10 of their 22 come with a man advantage. The Blues have had 24 shots on goal total tonight. Now the face-off near Nikolai Khabibulin. Pearson on with McTavish and twist. McTavish goes down. And the puck played by Finley. Boards, big hit on Shannon by Bergevin, and the puck back into the Blues zone. Here's Trent Yawning. Tony Twist. And he'll shoot it in, bothered by Mike Eastwood as he does it. Khabibulin up the boards. McTavish hits Shannon at the point. Bergevin, not a twist. Trying to get the puck to McTavish. It fails to reach him. Twist and Shannon do some bumping. And the Coyotes come to center ice. Corkum knocked down by Yanni. Holds on to his stick. The Blues trying to change. Big hit by Pearson. And McTavish has the puck stolen by Eastwood. Kravchuk from the bench. Puck sends it behind the net. Eastwood has it go high on him. He and McTavish colliding. And the puck high again. And they whack at it behind the Phoenix goal. Finally, Eastwood has it for the Coyotes. And Kravchuk takes over at center ice, over to Pronger. The teams are changing. Pronger stops. The pass to Mateau. And the shot deflected into the corner. He can't get his stick away from Aikens. And Ronnie tries to clear, can't. Pronger a shot, and that goes wide. Ronnie and Campbell after the puck. Ronnie loses his stick, falls down. Here's Mateau. And the puck taken away from him by Jeff Finley, who has just scored to give Phoenix the lead. Now Pronger a drive, but the play was offside. The puck had come out over the blue line, shot back in offside by Chris Pronger. Well, remember our Coach's Corner Family Value Pack. A family of 4 or more for $88 can have 4 tickets to a Blues game, hot dogs, Pepsis, and popcorn. The next Family Value Pack game is this Saturday night against Florida. Also December 1st and 5th. You can call Dial-Tix at 968-1800 and say, hey, I want that Coach's Corner Family Value Pack. A $155 value, only $88. You can also find out more at the Blue Note Sports Shops or at the Kiel Center box office. Take advantage of the Family Value Pack. 9:58 left, third period. The Blues are down by a goal. They come into this game having won 5 of 6, 6 of their last 8. Now the puck into the Coyote zone. It comes loose to Janney, ahead to Tkachuk. Severdowski moves up on the play, and the interception by McKinnon. His pass ahead to Courtnall. He cannot get around Chris King, who we have not seen a lot of tonight. I should say Roenick is out there. We have not seen King ever since the fight, I believe. Correct. Now Roenick behind the Blues net, slowed up in the corner by McKinnon. And Courtnall ends up with a puck. Ahead to Hall. He'll shoot it in. Stick save, Khabibulin. Hall is slowed up along the boards, and Tkachuk for Phoenix. Stick handle. Rink wide, and Roenick flips it in. 9:10 to go. The team's changing again. Pronger to Hall. Hall shoots the puck in, and the save by Khabibulin. McCrimmon tries to clear, does. And Phoenix takes over. Here's Corkum, a shot. Kicked out by Fuhr as it deflects off Pronger. Then Corkum behind the net. Beating in front. Eastwood a shot. And Fuhr grabs that bad angle shot and holds on. 3-2, the Blues trail with 8:50 remaining in regulation play. Our Ameritech scoring recap. York in the first for the Blues. Tkachuk late in the first. Phoenix, Quint early in the second to make it 2-1. Coyotes. Then Pronger with 7 seconds left in the second to tie it. Finley has scored at 8:23. The Coyotes' second power play goal of the game. And it is now 3-2 Phoenix. Our Ameritech scoring recap. The Blues with a puck. Bergevin ahead to Pearson. Not a twist. Broken up by Quint. Here come the Coyotes again. This is Chad Kilger over the line. Between the legs for Eastwood in front. Quick shot, and it goes wide. Kilger letting it go. Blues the other way. McTavish getting the pass from Pearson. Shoots the puck in. 8:23 remaining. McCrimmon back. Far side for Corkum. Pearson knocks the puck down. Knocks it down again. Gets checked by McCrimmon. And the puck sent into the crowd by veteran Mike Eastwood. And that stops play, and we'll have a face-off deep in the Phoenix end.
Mike Keenan giving this line a lot of ice time here in the third period. McTavish centering twist on one side, Pearson on the other. They've been out there an awful lot of this third period. And the Blues have had their most success when they've been able to get the puck in deep and start putting pressure on. We saw them tie the game at the end of the second period with that type of work. And they've had a couple of shifts in this third period where they've done the same type of thing, but unable to get that third goal.
15,552 here tonight. Hope you'll be here Saturday. There's no television Saturday. 7:35 face-off. The Florida Panthers make their only appearance of the season. You can, of course, enjoy it on KMOX and our Blues radio network if you're not here, but we hope you'll make it out. Blues, good forechecking from the face-off. Conroy with Murphy. Momesso's out in front. This is Joe Murphy, taken to the boards by Mike Stapleton. And trying to get loose is Conroy, getting grabbed, held in the corner. Bob Schick, the referee, right there, the puck loose. Stapleton bothered by Murphy. Boy, the Blues working hard. Here's Momesso grabbing onto the stick. Now 6 players in the 7:40 to go, third period. This is what they call mucking along the boards, and finally Rob Schick stops play, saying the puck is held long enough, and the Blues, Momesso and Murphy go, oh, what do you mean? Let us go. It's part of our plan. That's what we want to do, kick it along the boards and wear them out. Now both teams will change players.
Rob Schick had to call a lot of penalties in the first period. Both teams came out feisty. The Blues had 4 power play chances in the first period and did not score. That included 2 5-on-3 manpower advantages, and were unable to score after taking an early 1-0 lead. Rob Schick, by the way, will be the referee at this year's All-Star game, January 18th in San Jose.
A lot of great Blues fans coming by tonight. Keith Feltman and Mike Lee. Big hello to Jeff Dahm up in South Bend, Indiana, watching on the satellite. And wherever you're watching, we're glad you're with us. Blues Pronger at the point. Makes a nice play over to Kravchuk. Shot. Tverdovsky knocks it down. Roenick to Janik. Tverdovsky, the youngster, loves to move up. Janik trying to get him the puck, and it's taken away. The other way come the Blues. Mateau ahead for Campbell. The pass by him. Campbell will get to the puck first. Spins away from Newman and then gets hit. Here's Mateau. Far corner. York after the puck. He gets there, then it comes high in the air and down to Craig Janik. Ahead to Keith Tkachuk. He can't make a play. Pronger wheels it to Kravchuk. Up front, Mateau, York, and Campbell. Pass too far, Newman. His pass sent by Roenick ahead out of the reach of Tkachuk. Pronger to Campbell, and he'll backhand it in. 6:48, the time remaining. In the third, the Blues are down by a goal. Now out to Shannon for Phoenix. They've won only 3 games on the road this season, but this is only their 8th road game. Their home record, 3-6-3. So only 6 wins total for the Coyotes with a lot of early season home action. They lead 3-2, 6:27 to go in the third. McInnes rink wide for York. Ahead to Courtnall, the crowd getting restless. Courtnall trying to work in around 4 Coyotes, and his pass knocked away by Gartner.
Now Phoenix is doing an excellent job playing defensive hockey in this period. Look at them forechecking with just 1 man, the other 4 out in the neutral zone, and not allowing the Blues many breaks.
Zezzel the hole! He's robbed by Khabibulin with 6:04 to go. The shot by Yanni high off the glass. And Zezzel throws his weight into Shannon, who tumbles down. Ronnie trying to get the puck and gets it out to center ice. Roy Hall stepped into that one, and Khabibulin there to make the save. Hall after the puck, has it, trying to work in, slowed up by Finley, but battling, feeding for Zezzel. Broken up, Bergman a shot, save! Oh, Zezzel had it knocked away at the last minute, and the puck deflects into the crowd. Oh, that puck was right there, but only for a moment.
Khabibulin made a great play because Bergevin looked up and was actually taking the shot to the side of the net. I believe it was Zezzel that was all alone there. Khabibulin made the save, and then the Blues had a wide open net, and before they could get to the puck, Khabibulin, I believe, knocked the puck out of there. That's Hall battling in front. Zezzel is there. Now here comes the shot. Keep an eye on Zezzel. Here's the first save, deflected, and watch before Zezzel can get his stick on a wide open net. Khabibulin with the goal stick just cleared it out and cleared it to the other side. This is Zezzel to Hall just earlier, and again, Khabibulin, he has been something in this game tonight. He made another outstanding save.
McTavish with Twist and Pearson battling along the boards. Twist barrels Quint down. Here's Pearson to Twist. And he goes flying, and the puck to center ice. Skating back toward Yanni. He's on defense with Bergevin. Yanni trying to get away from Stapleton. Comes up the ice, gets dumped. Now battle for the puck, and Eastwood shoots it in. We're down to 5 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. Third period, Blues trail the Coyotes 3-2. Remember the previous meeting, October 22nd, the Blues won a tight-checking 2-1 decision in Phoenix. Now the Coyotes and Blues are changing. Bergevin with a puck. Ahead to Pearson. He'll shoot it in. Brad McCrimmon back. Puck comes ahead to Janney. Looking for Tkachuk. Gets him the puck. Tkachuk just wide. 4.5 minutes to go. Here's Chris Pronger. His pass out of Murphy's reach. Roenick will carry it in. He can't get around Conroy, who gets the puck ahead. Momesso flips it in. Knocked down at the defense. And Roenick a pass too far. Time really beginning to hurt here. Pronger's pass out of Conroy's reach. The length of the ice. Finley touches it. Icing the call against the Coyotes. They're on top of the Blues 3-2 with 4:08 remaining. And a little bumping and shoving, but they'll cool that down in a hurry. 4:08 remaining here in the third period. Free flight every day. Now the face-off in the Blues zone. Kravchuk with a puck. Just over 4 minutes to go. To Momesso. Flipping it ahead. Out of Murphy's reach. Quint clears it to center ice. Chopped ahead by Shannon. And the Blues back. Kravchuk. Boy, we're seeing a lot of the McTavish, Momesso, and Murphy line. And this will be an icing as Quint is back to touch the puck. So the faceoff will come back near Grant Fuhr with 3 minutes 47 seconds remaining.
And what Phoenix is doing, we've talked about it before. The Blues trying to get out of their own zone. We stop it right there. Look at where all the Phoenix players are. We've got one here, one over here, another one there, another one over here, and here's the only guy forechecking. He's trying to go in there, and the other four are just staying back. Now watch what they're doing. The Blues having a difficult time. As soon as they make the pass, look at all the Phoenix players right there. That's what makes it difficult, and that's why they're not getting any odd man rushes coming up the ice.
Now York in the face-off circle, loses the draw to Corkum. At the blue line, a shot by Kabardowski, deflected on, and Fuhr the save. Zabransky, not bashful a bit. Look at that pass to York. Campbell heads for the net. Oh, he can't get the pass through. Good defensive play by Numanen. York battling, gets knocked down from behind by Numanen. They can't clear. Zabransky keeps the puck in. Zabransky's a little rusty with the passing, huh? Yeah. He passes like he's played every game, and he's just back from being hurt. An icing call against Phoenix, 3:20 remaining, and the Blues will get a chance to set it up with a face-off near Nikolai Khabibulin.
And Mike Keenan was just yelling at the referee, Rob Schick, and pointing to the corner where Harry York was knocked down. In fact, Harry York, after the whistle as well, was also talking to referee Rob Schick about the non-call. And now Mike Keenan makes a line change. Of course, he's got the last change. As soon as the referee raises his hand, that's when the visiting team has to keep that lineup on the ice, and Mike Keenan can make his change.
Time for our Discover card. Playback, the last goal, the Finley goal.
The power play goal, that's Cliff Ronning to Finley. He just gets on that. Look at all the players there. That's Shannon in front. Grant Fuhr was screened on the play, and that was a power play goal to give Phoenix a 3-2 lead.
Roenick ends up getting the face-off. The puck comes high, drops down at center ice, and Janney will try to move in on Kravchuk. Leads the puck. Roenick sends it in front, and Tkachuk unable to play it to Janney. Janney sends it in front, tipped away by Fuhr, and here's Bergevin. He'll flip the puck in. I should say Kortnall, rather. Flipping it in. Zezel trying to get to it in the corner. Can't. And Tkachuk for Phoenix. Ahead for Janney at the red line. He'll shoot it in. 2:46 to go. The Blues down by a goal. Both teams are changing. Pronger hits Hull with a pass. His pass for Conroy, broken up by Gardner again, fogging up the middle. Here's Kravchuk. To Hull. He'll shoot the puck in, knocked down, and Conroy can't get it. Phoenix the other way. Gardner to Shannon to Ronning, taking a shot. He's chopped down by McInnes, who ends up with a puck. 2:20 to go. McInnes, a pass ahead, intercepted by Mike Gardner. He'll just dump it in, and Phoenix trying to keep the line shifts very short. Here's Kravchuk. Up to Conroy. He'll shoot the puck in. Deflected well wide by Finley. And McCrimmon gets bumped. The puck to the point. Zabransky keeps it in. Now here's Joe Murphy. Chased by Eastwood. Joe Murphy trying to find the puck in his skates. Kicks at it. And it comes loose to Phoenix. The Coyotes, Mike Stapleton, a shot caught by Fuhr. 1:43 left. We'll watch Fuhr. Blues down by a goal. Phoenix doing a good job defensively here in the third period. This is Momesso deep. Phoenix getting that goal at 8:23 from Steve Finley, a power play goal.
It's just difficult to carry the puck against that neutral zone trap that Phoenix is using.
Now the Blues get in deep, a minute 18 to go. Here's Momesso, tied up by McCrimmon. York with a puck, leaves it for Momesso. Look at Al McInnes behind the net, centering at the side of the net. Campbell playing it around, back to the point. This is Harry York. He'll take a shot. Tkachuk knocks the puck down, and he has a breakaway. Moving in on Fuhr. Tkachuk fakes, and Fuhr stops Tkachuk. 53 seconds left. Fuhr has to get to the bench. Long pass for Campbell. He gets knocked down by Numanen. Now Fuhr still unable to get to the bench. This is Kravchuk shooting the puck in. Fuhr goes to the bench. The Blues' goal at the other end is empty. Numanen clears the puck around the boards. Knocked down by Hull and York. And it comes loose at center ice. Kravchuk can't play it. Roenick spun down. Here's Hull taking a pass from Pronger. 28 seconds to go. Then a Janney stick knocks the puck down in front. Oh! Campbell shoots wide. In front to Pronger. The puck knocked away. 18 seconds left. Blues trying to get the puck to Kravchuk at the point. Mateau battling for it. Roenick trying to cover it. Here's Kravchuk centering. Down to 8 seconds to York. In front. Hull shoots and scores! Oh, baby! Brett Hull! With 6.3 seconds remaining. The Blues worked hard like they have all night. And Brett Hull buries it. The Blues tie it at 3.
Great work on the boards and then behind the net. There's Harry York. Look at him fight. Stay on his feet. Brett Hull, he didn't have much to shoot at, but he doesn't need much. He let go that quick snapshot to beat Khabibulin. York with the play, right to Hull. There's Khabibulin. You see him starting to go down a little bit, a little room to the right side of his arm, and Brett Hull finds it and ties this game at 3.
Number 10 for Brett Hull. And we're down to 6.3 seconds remaining. Face off at center ice. Fuhr back in the net. And the puck controlled by Quint. Long shot. Fuhr the save, and there's the buzzer. That'll send us to overtime. It'll be the Blues' first overtime game of the 96-97 season. After 60 minutes, 3-3 the score. Hull scores from York and Kravchuk to send us into overtime. We'll return to Kiel Center in just a moment. The Blues' first overtime game of the season. It's 3-3. Brett Hull scoring at 19:54 the third period. Overtime underway. Kravchuk with a puck on with Pronger, York, Campbell, and Mateau. The pass to Mateau. He hits Tkachuk with a pass, gets the puck, and shoots it in. Phoenix has already won a pair of overtime games on the road. Here comes Roenick for the Coyotes. The pass to Tkachuk. Now right wing to Roenick. Now to Janney. Janney looking to center. Roenick's right out in front. Janney knocked down, and Mateau breaks out to Campbell. He fakes a shot, trying to move in on Quint. Slides the puck in front. Oh, Khabibulin looks a bit shaky. And the Coyotes to center ice. A pass hits Tkachuk. Now trying to work in York. Gets bumped by Quint. York forced behind the net. Tkachuk slaps the puck up the boards. Here's Hull. Looking, shoots. Right in front. The score by York. Oh, baby, the Blues win it in overtime. I don't believe it. What a pass by Brett Hull. And Harry York, 57 seconds into overtime, wins it. So the Blues, in a span of about a minute, able to get two.
And here it is. Brett Hall, all kinds of time. Look with his head up. Watching all the way. Sees Harry York in front. York with one swing at it. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. Look at him showing the strength here, and he doesn't give up on it. Brett Hall will end up with it. All kinds of time. Watching, and Harry York does the right thing. Goes to the net. Tips one in, gets one rebound. Khabibulin makes the save, and then gets the other one. Gets rid of the gloves because you don't need those anymore. And Harry York, with his second goal of the game, wins it for the Blues.
Our Bud Ice player of the game, Harry York, scoring at 57 seconds of overtime. His second of the game, his 8th of the season. So Brett Hall scores with 6 seconds left in a span of 63 seconds. The Blues go from defeat to victory. An incredible game here, Joe, at Kiel tonight.
Yeah, and Ken, a hard-fought third period because Phoenix went into that defensive shell, and they have played so well defensively all season long, and they started playing that way in the third period. They just simply were not giving the Blues anything. They just worked hard. Here's another look at the goal. Brett Hall, look at that. York all alone in front. That's a bad defensive mistake. And York with his third chance, finally it goes in past Khabibulin for the game winner. Look how much time Brett has. He's got all kinds of time, and then for some reason Harry York is all alone in front of the net, and he has 3 chances to score the winner, and on the third try he does. That's Keith Tkachuk, the forward that's there, no defenseman in the area, and York could just stand there and do whatever he wanted, and he did. But this was a hard-fought third period, getting the puck in deep, battling it out along the boards, and finally being patient enough to tie the game and then score and win it in overtime.
The Blues had 4 shots on goal in the 57 seconds of overtime. Now they've won 6 of 7, 7 of their last 9. They'll take on the Florida Panthers here at Kiel Center on Saturday night. Harry York leads the way with a couple of goals, and the Blues win it in overtime. And the Phoenix Coyotes lose for the first time in overtime. Fox Sports News coming up next.
6 seconds left, and look for Brett Hall right here to send it to overtime. In overtime, all Blues. Brett Hall sends it in front. York scores on the rebound. What a comeback and what a win. 4-3 to final for the Blues. Jeremy Roenick had 2 assists, but no goals. They need more from him. Harry York, 2 goals in this one, including the game winner.
For more on the game, FoxScan takes us to the Kiel Center. Ken Wilson and Joe Micheletti have a recap. Guys?
All sorts of excitement here at Kiel tonight. Harry York, the heralded rookie, with the 2 goals. Is that jubilation right there? Boy, a big, big night. 2 teams going opposite directions. Phoenix now only 1 win in their last 8 games. The Blues have all of a sudden won 6 of their last 7, and there's nothing wrong with the Blues now.
No, it was a tough victory. I thought in the first period when they had a chance to take more than that 1-goal lead because of the 5-on-3 power plays, and they didn't. That gave Phoenix a lift, and Phoenix came on. They started playing very well. They took the lead. They started playing defensive hockey in the third period, and it really took a great effort from the Blues to come back, score the tying goal, and then the winner.
Brett Hall, of course, was a huge story with the tying goal, and what a play he made in overtime. Harry York is with Bruce Affleck.
Well, thank you, Kenny. Congratulations, Harry. You started it and you finished it. Quite a thrill.
It is quite a thrill. I mean, it got a little overcarried, but it's a big win for us, especially at home.
You come back, a big goal late in the game from Hull, just kind of went your way.
Yeah, it was one of those nights where I was sitting at home and I was like, tonight's going to be a good night, and it just seems that I get a little more luck on home ice, and Holly found me again, and it took me a couple whacks to get it, but I got it in.
You said it doesn't get any better than this. Is that the truth?
Exactly. It doesn't get any better than this. This is a great sport, and I owe everything I have in my life to it.
Harry, as you came into this game against the team that had been struggling, a tight checking game from Phoenix.
It was. We knew that we were gonna get that when they especially got up a couple goals, and they were tired. You know, like a couple times second goal, we had just outworked them, and they were tired, and you can just hear them huffing and puffing out there. And we're in great shape thanks to Bob Kersey.
Harry, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
The game winner in overtime, Harry York, back upstairs to Ken Wilson.
All right, thanks very much, Bruce. There it is, banging it home. Harry York, his 7th and 8th goals of the season here tonight. Boy, the Phoenix Coyotes, a team that's
really hurting. They lose 6-0 last night in Denver to the Colorado Avalanche. They're down to under 10 seconds to go here tonight and cannot get a victory. They have the 1-goal lead. Brett Hull, well, you know, you've seen it for years in the NHL, talking about the St. Louis Blues. When they need a big goal, they go to 16.
Yeah, and you know what happened? The Blues won the battle of the boards tonight. They were strong on the boards behind the net. Here's the tying goal. That's Igor Kravchuk. And again, there's Harry York in front. Look at the strength. He's able to get away from Tverdovsky, the smaller player. And there's Brett Hull with some time. He lets go of the quick wrist shot. He didn't have much room, but he was able to beat Khabibulin with just a little over 6 seconds to go to tie the game. But they won the battles along the boards, and that's ultimately what won them the game.
You hear coaches over and over again talking about a 60-minute effort. Our guys have to work hard, and the Blues have had a lot of success from working hard lately.
Yeah, they have. They've come together as a team. We talked about that earlier. The team seems to have an identity now. I think certainly the young kids have helped, and the veterans have obviously contributed as well. But this is a team that has come together. They're playing very well. Their work ethic is there, and now they believe they can win.
Phoenix had played 5 overtime games previously, had never lost, but they lose here in overtime tonight in St. Louis to the Blues. And we send it back to the Fox Television Center.